3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Derek is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Ugly Nerds podcast, niggas from the Black Nerd community. I am your host, Derek, the podcast guy. Happy New Year's. Welcome to the new year. I'm always joined by Amazon Music audio engineer / super producer.
What's going on?
The father dad himself. Also joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo, our resident pro streamer.
2022 life. What's good, y'all?
We made it. We made it, man.
All year.
Mm-hmm.
2022, man. Happy
Make
New
the
Year,
best of it.
everybody.
Make the best of it.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year, everybody. You know, grateful we all made it. See another year here, even in the crazy times we're living in. And yeah, man.
Betty White, man.
Rest
Yeah,
in
man.
peace to Betty White.
Oh yes, man. Yeah, start that off. Rest in peace, Betty White.
Real
Man.
quick.
That was damn.
Golden Girl, actress,
She was the last Golden Girl. Right?
meaning she was the last one. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm. She's old. Just from everything I'd heard of her as a person, she's like
Good
just like
person.
a genuinely good person. And, you know,
I
it
could
seems-
see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
public eye of things, it seems rare, but you have to you gotta really talk about it and I guess appreciate it. So
Those kind
yeah,
of people.
and of that generation especially
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, no, she you know, speaking of Betty White, it was I want to get his name right. Because I just heard about this story myself because of her passing. That's not his name. No, that is his name. Let me see. Hold on. There is a black guy that she had
Is it-
given a chance. I think his name is Arthur Duncan is what it was. Arthur Duncan. Not Alfred Duncan. Arthur Duncan. Betty White. She was criticized for having a black tap dancer on the show. And basically they were like, hey, you need to get rid of him. And she was like, nah, y'all can suck my dick. Like,
Yep.
he's staying right there. And her show got canceled and everything because of it. But she wasn't about that, so stuff like that you gotta appreciate, man. Because there's a lot of white women not doing anything close to that.
Absolutely not.
A lot of white women wasn't losing their post office job to do the right thing. She was losing her, national television show or whatever it was, the television show at the time, maybe not national, but local, whatever. So yeah, that's that to me, that speaks to, Betty White and what we got from her. So definitely rest in peace, man. Almost 100. We're just gonna call her 100 anyway. She's just gonna get that. We giving her that.
We'll give her that.
We don't care. She get that. But yeah, that was crazy and sad to hear. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, I heard about that 2 days ago as well. Just on New Year's or
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's
Yeah.
Eve. Yeah.
Friday. Yeah, no, that was really cool to hear as well. It just kind of for me, it kind of reconfirmed the things I'd heard and known about her as like a genuinely good person, an upstanding person. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
rest in peace, Betty White. Continue them Golden Girl series. It's upstairs, bro. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's get into something a little more upbeat here. Nas's album, I finally got to go back and listen. And Nas's album, his latest album with Hit Boy called Magic. Them niggas is something.
they got it down, man.
Whatever you was saying about Nas before, you felt like he didn't have right beat selection, whatever. Okay, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't agree with y'all, but maybe he didn't. That's fine. He with Hit Boy now. He don't got to worry about beat selection. Every beat is dope. Ain't no miss on the beat. And then Nas is just rapping his ass off every time. He telling you how good he rap. He telling you how much richer he is than you. He telling you how much smarter he is than you. How many more bitches he got than you. How harder he worked than you. How you ain't from the dirty like him. How you not even gonna make it here? He tells you, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nate, I hope you watch the pod, baby. I hope you watch the pod. I hope you watch the pod, man. You my mans, but
Call him out.
It's gonna be
Sam, my boy. You my boy, man.
Hope y'all win the game, because if y'all don't win,
It's gonna be
this
gonna flip on me bad if they come back.
Yeah,
right?
that's gonna age
Flip bad on me if they make it back, right?
Age like milk in the hot sun, bro. Like,
Ooh, it's gonna be tough if they. Oh, that was a nasty. Oh, that was nasty.
yes, it is game day. Our listeners and viewers.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. That was Salah's a nasty player. Hey, y'all know this is like a half soccer podcast.
At this point, yeah.
Ian's a big Chelsea fan. He loves blue. He loves the color blue, and they wear blue. So.
I'm wearing a blue shirt, but I am not a
Yeah.
Chelsea fan. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. Listen,
Draw just didn't know the schedule. That's all it was.
I didn't know.
Hey,
It's been a holiday weekend. I just haven't kept up with it. You know.
Hey, I'm not
he
even
left his
mad.
jersey upstairs.
Upstairs. Oh, yep.
All right, man.
That's the reason.
But yeah, no, that Nas album is it's really fucking good, man.
It is, man.
I don't know. How did y'all feel about it, man? Yeah, before I even say my favorite record, how'd y'all feel about it?
Man, track 1, Speechless. An amazing opener. Just set the tone, set the stage. Like this ain't just I have some leftover Lucy's I put in a put on Spotify. No, this is like
this is not like, we left these from last year we had a extra session. No, this is like, I'm really this good. I really do this often.
It's always been this good too.
No, I mean, it's Nas, bro. It's Nas. And I think it just got cool to disrespect Nas, like how it gets cool to disrespect certain artists sometimes. Mm-hmm. I think it just got cool to be like, Nas ain't that great. Nas ain't nothing like Hove. Nas ain't nothing like that. Like, yo, stop this. Like, really, Nas and Hove are really like it's a 1A, 1B. It's not I don't think y'all are really like, I get it. Hove got the commercial success and he can still, but Nas is Nas. Like, yeah, man, don't get it fucked up, bro. Nas is Nas. Yeah, man. Yeah. You gotta understand, man. You gotta understand. Nas is that dude. Woo for the children.
Ugly.
Joe Black. Ugly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, ugly. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Ugly. Meet Joe Black. He's spazzed. He's spazzed.
Meet Joe Black. He did go ham on that too. That was like intro too. He was just like, here's another one.
Yeah, no, he just look, Nas is that dude. It's that simple. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Yeah. He telling hoes, stop playing with him, man. And stop running behind me and dropping your little projects. You can't even keep up. I'm gonna keep dropping. You can't keep up. Yeah. He on this shit, he said King's Disease 3 on the way. Like,
he did.
Stop playing with Nas, man. Like, another King's. First of all, I'm gonna listen to. Yeah, Nas is on something different. He is on something different. Him and Hit Boy are tapped into something really different, and I think he really wants y'all to know he can rap his fucking ass off. He's really good at that shit.
Between this album and King's Disease 2, you can really hear the relationship that is developed between.
It's cohesion, man.
It's smooth, bro. It's effortless. It sounds effortless.
Yeah, it's like
it sounds like
that Hit Boy knows exactly what pockets to put Nas in. Nas knows exactly how to ride the beats that Hit Boy makes.
Yes,
together, it's like freaking perfect.
Bro,
perfect cohesion.
It is. I don't even think they have to speak anymore. I think Hit Boy just played a beat and Nas just start rapping, and they know. Like, Hit Boy just know this is for Nas, and Nas go, oh yeah, that's for me. Oh, I know what to do right with this. I just feel like it's that smooth. That's how it feels when you listen to it. It feel like it took no effort at all for them niggas to put it together. And obviously, I know it's a lot of hard work. I'm not diminishing that. I'm just saying how it feels when you hear it. It sounds so smooth, so elegant. It's so.
It was like they know. It sounded like they know each other.
Yeah,
really well. and then in the music space. So
it's always a great thing to hear, man. Too, like artists, like especially when artists either like in this case, they may not get the more recent kudos they should be receiving, or some producers they may have some hits here and there of other artists, but they're not consistently like really good projects that they produce for. Like for me too, I was telling Ian this before recorded, but I feel like with this, I think the last artist and producer duo that just made sense and it just worked really well that I could think of was Killer Mike and LP. I know it's a little more underground, but Killer Mike LP would Run the Jewels, like from his rap music album back in 2012. Hell, even up to RTJ 4, I think came out last year. Yeah, all in quality projects. So yeah, I think this is the new version of that, except even on a bigger scale. It's just, man, can't wait for KD3, bro. If it drops next year for sure.
It's definitely going to.
Oh, I see no reason why they dropped both of these the same King's Disease 2 and Magic this year. Last year. Damn, it's weird to say that.
It's definitely going to.
Yeah, this year is definitely, it has to come, right?
It's going. He's not letting up right now. But
yeah, it's clear they just got.
Every time he says something is coming, it comes. Like
all I'm saying is
it come quick. Like
it's clear they just got. They got projects.
For
who?
Kendrick better, he better drop something before.
He does need to
before KD3 drop.
I need Lupe to drop his too.
You do.
Just on his tip.
He better chill because Drake trying to spin the block.
That's true.
Yeah, he's back to rapping again more so.
Drake want to spin the block.
Yeah, he trying to.
You better relax.
The last album was. Don't worry about that one. This next one's coming, bro. It's a contractual obligation. That last one.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, be careful. Be careful out there. Yeah, man. Y'all go listen to that Nas album, man. It's really, really good. Nas is really good at making music. It's what he does. He's a legend at it, and I'm glad we're getting to see that. I'm glad we're getting to see him still perform at this level, this late on in his career. So I'm excited. Anyways, okay, let me just do the WB thing real quick because it's not even that long.
All right. Okay. Look, WB.
Basically, rumors are out there now that the Flash movie is going to erase Snyder's movies. It's going to erase everything except for Man of Steel, but
stupid.
But Cavill will only show up in the Flash movie in like old footage and like TV scenes and stuff like that. Apparently he's not gonna be in the movie.
That's stupid as hell.
Affleck is out of the movie and Keaton is basically the new Batman. He is going to hand the mantle to Batgirl. This is all allegedly. Okay, I'm just telling you the alleged stuff. There's all rumors that stuff has been announced or leaked to people. Whether it's actually true or not, we'll see in the coming days. The only thing for sure is that we know Keaton is going to be in the Batgirl movie. We knew that was going to happen. And then I think they also announced that Black Canary is going to be in that as well. So Black Canary is going to be like, Keaton is going to be like, I guess her, a mentor to her type person. And then Batgirl will end up meeting Keaton and Keaton will hand the mantle of basically Batman to her. And she will be the Justice League. Allegedly, she will be the Justice League head bat person.
So this is new Justice League stuff. This is also
Superman doesn't exist, so Supergirl will be the Kryptonian lead person.
This is all so weird and just doing things different for the sake of being different.
Yep.
We don't even have like true like story progression as to why, whether it be characters killing off or wanting to retire.
Well, the thing is, there has been no cohesion this whole time.
Right.
So since there's been no cohesion and there's been no plan, they've just been doing random bullshit anyway. So we're not like, it's funny to say, oh, this is phase 1 or 2. We're not in any phase. There's just been movies coming out and they didn't. The only thing that looked like any sort of phases was Snyder's movies, which they're trying to get rid of. So now they're just going to put this new Justice League together that has no, I guess, I don't know. Look, my thing is, it's not, I know what this will become and what I don't want it to become. people will think that people don't want Supergirl or Batgirl to be the Batman and Superman of the Justice League because it's women. No, it's just not earned. We want to see the progression. We want to see Batman. First of all, we haven't got to see that in live action in the longest. We want to see it in like today. We saw it one time. We want to see it in today's action, like today's technology. I want to see Batman and Superman together. Like Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne. I want to see them together. I want to see that. That being said, I also want to see the Bat family develop underneath. I want to see Jonathan Kent and Connor come in as well under Superman. I want to see the Superman family as well grow. I want to see all of that. And then Supergirl can come up. She can be later. They can come up. They can get their time. But to establish a universe with Supergirl and Batgirl being the heads of your Justice League is wild.
They're just like throwing
and they're putting her in a Justice League where Wonder Woman exists. Wonder Woman is right there. Why would she not be? I don't know. To me, that's weird. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's true. Ezra Miller said it's not as simple as, or allegedly said. People say that's his real page. So I'm just saying that as well, because I don't know for a fact. But
they need somebody to come out and say that's all fake, bro. Like, just say that. Just say that. No one say anything.
Yeah, I mean, they won't because they don't respond to anything, and then they just do random bullshit, like canceling New Gods or continuously lying to us about the Green Lantern Corps movie.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this.
We got Matt Reeves about to drop the Batman movie,
and it's not tied to the DCEU, which is perfect.
I mean, that's great. For that, it's great. But at the same time, again, it's Batman, so it's like,
it's more Batman. We know it's the only thing that they feel like they can do right. It's the same thing that was happening. It's the same thing that happened with Spider-Man. It's like, hey, we're just gonna keep making Spider-Man because it's all we know, and we know y'all will keep watching it because y'all love Spider-Man. Yeah, so we'll keep making Batman movies. Is this movie gonna be good? It probably will be. One thing I do want to say on Matt Reeves' Batman, I think y'all are getting a little bit ahead of yourselves. I think y'all are forgetting how good Christopher Nolan was. Christian Bale was as Bruce and Batman. Like, I feel like y'all are.
I never said.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just speaking in general. I am only speaking in general.
I
just feel like I've seen a lot of people quickly jumping off of some, like, here's the thing. I'm not really impressed by this because this is exactly how I would expect a Batman movie to look today. I expect that. Like, that is meeting my expectations. So they're going to have to tell a story that is like engaging and convincing and feeling worthy of this Batman Year 2 vibe for me to then feel like, okay, this is great. The trailers look amazing. They look great. It's all action and the dark shots. That's perfect. That's also what y'all told me y'all didn't like in the Snyder movies. Not y'all, again, speaking in general.
I know.
That's what people
about that.
said they didn't like from, it's this dark gritty. What the fuck do you think Batman Year 2 is going to be? You think this thing is about to be happy-go-lucky, getting ice cream? Like, the fuck? You think this is happy Bruce Wayne? He doesn't even want to be Bruce Wayne. Are you kidding me? This is not going to be no happy movie, fam. So I'm just confused by what people want. Because a lot of people bitched when Zack Snyder had a dark theme. And now this has a dark theme. And everybody's saying it's already going to be the best Batman movie. Maybe y'all niggas need to go watch The Dark Knight again. Maybe y'all forgot. But like, yeah, like y'all got to relax. Y'all got to relax. Let's wait and see the movie first. It looks great. But let's wait and see the movie first. That's all I'm saying. Y'all are some people are jumping a little too far and already saying Pattinson looks like the best Batman and this is the best Batman movie already. Like, yo, you've seen 3 trailers.
That's kind of wild that some people saying that. Now, that's kind of wild. You see, I mean, I've grown to appreciate the direction they're going for, Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and Batman. I mean, he's a I'm sure he's worked out and built up to that role to actually be able to do hand fighting and everything, fist fighting. But like at the same time, looks to be a better Batman. Like we don't really know that based off the trailers. I'm not saying just to be defensive. I just want to give my take again. Just based off the trailers, I feel like I can see the direction envision he's going for these movies. Like, like you said, the year two stuff where it is a bit more investigative and detective work, things like that. And I would like to, and I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully they do succeed with that with the movie. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, just because if I haven't rewatched the Nolan trilogy in a while, but I don't really think he's gone too deep on that side of things. It's more like the flip side of like Bruce Wayne, day life, and then Batman Vigilante and Gotham Nightlife.
In Batman Begins, it was a little bit of it.
Right. Okay, that's what I've rewatched that in a long time.
Yeah, so. There's a little bit of it in that, and there's always going to be that in any sort of origin, Batman story. There's always going to be there's always going to be somebody like that. So there's but yes, was it heavy? No, I don't think it was heavy like this. It's seeming like it might be with him doing a little more detective work, him trying to figure out what's going on, and obviously they're giving Riddler this Batman hush thing.
Yeah, that's
obviously they're giving him this hush, this Thomas Elliott twist to him. So maybe I don't know if they're just gonna make Thomas Elliott the Riddler or what they're gonna do, but that'll be interesting to see how that'll be because he clearly knows who Bruce is. Who Batman is. So
I'm curious where they're going with
that. Look, the story, that's what I'm saying. The story looks interesting and engaging. It's just we'll have to see where it goes. Yeah. But as far as the DCEU goes, I don't know how y'all, I don't know how much y'all care. I don't know how y'all feel about it. They're just making random changes. They're just doing shit, and I don't know. I honestly, I'm just numb to it. It's whatever. I'm gonna see what the beginning of it looks like, and then see where we go from there. If it sucks, it sucks, and I just cut out. But
yeah, fair. Yeah, that's all we can do at this point, really. So I'm with you there. Ian, you have any thoughts on it as well?
Just such a drastic change. They say keep an open mind, but like,
my thing is, if they're gonna cut out all the Snyder stuff anyway, right? Then why couldn't Ava's New Gods come out? Why couldn't Ava keep making New Gods if you're about to cut it all out anyway?
So stupid.
Energy's not being kept here.
That's they're just not making sense. That's all it is. Whether you agree or not, whether you like Snyder or not, it just doesn't make sense.
Especially when you said based off the report where they want to retcon everything, but still keep like some Henry Cavill Superman stuff in Clark Kent. What? Outside of being Henry Cavill, that's great and all, but like, just do all or nothing. Don't just be selective with your retcon. That's how shit gets messy. It doesn't make sense. And it makes the retcon just seem like you just want to sweep under the rug things you're just not proud of or whatever as a studio. And it just doesn't look good overall. If it's all 100% accurate, even if it's like 80% accurate, it still doesn't. It all seems really stupid. I don't know, man. People up top, they just don't know what they're doing.
They're just trying shit. I will say I'll save it for a future episode, but I do think there's a way they could do something like this and it be interesting and decent if they handle it correctly.
Just do a clean cut if they're gonna do that. Yeah, that Flash movie's gonna be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Pulisic just scored and tied the game.
Jesus.
We bleed blue out here, yo.
Anyway, yeah. Oh man. Damn it.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
We're just gonna keep letting Kevin Feige whoop that ass, and we're gonna just keep it pushing, I guess.
And that's what's wild too. And we'll get to that when we get to the Marvel stuff, but
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get to some more fun.
Yeah.
We've got MCU rankings. We didn't do it last one. So I wanted to knock it out for 2021. Your Marvel projects, your top 5. How do you
for 2020, anything that came out in 2021?
Anything that came out in 2021 dealing with Marvel, how do you rank it?
Top 5.
Top 5 that came out.
I'll have to
go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Top 5. I mean, okay. So Spider-Man No Way Home is number 1. That's tippy top. That's number 1. Best of the Tom Holland trilogy movies. He got his full story that was felt more traditional Spider-Man, and not so much, oh no, I'm suffering loss, but more like he's got stakes, bigger stakes in the other 2 movies, where he did have stakes in Homecoming and Far From Home, but given, I guess the Iron Man everywhere in Homecoming, and then Far From Home being towards the last half or the last third of the movie, things being more heightened. This movie was just kind of like that from Jump Street. And, they handled the cameos very well. The villains, they even, for the most part, stayed true to how their characters were in their movies, how they might have ended, and gave a little bit more epilogue. So overall, it was really good. Really, really, really good. Very good. I think it's more than just a nostalgia trip. I think it was just a really good ass comic book movie. Top 3 Spider-Man movie in general. 2. Man, this is tough because movies and Disney Plus stuff, they're like different scales in some aspects. Oh man, I actually hadn't thought about this fully. I'll put Shang-Chi down for 2. Probably one. I think that's one of the best, if not the best, origin movie of all of them. The fight scene, the fight choreography was really good. The last third definitely became the CGI battle. But of CGI battles, I found that one to be a little more interesting because it became more of a 1v1 type thing. But overall, Shang-Chi's character, his sister as well. Wenwu was great. Villain, and he wasn't just like, I just want to fuck shit up. He had an emotional, driven reason to do things. Yeah. And it just introduced much more things in just MCU in general. It's really good. It's actually, I think that's in my top 5 MCU movies now. Honestly, it's just that good. Top 5 right now, but it could change. It can honestly change
of all time.
Right now, all time, but that could change. Honestly, I would say my top 8 or top, what was that, 16, 20, whatever. I think that's fluid, but right now it's top 5, top 8. But anyway, 3. I'm gonna say low key. Oh man, I don't know. Should I say low key or should I say what if?
That is tough.
That is tough. Damn, that's shit. You know what?
I personally, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say what if.
Doing yours, yeah.
I'm gonna say what if because it's an anthology, so each episode is its own thing. And episode 1 was pretty basic and straightforward with Captain Carter, but all the episodes after that have all been fantastic. Evil Doctor Strange, a highlight. T'Challa Star-Lord is a highlight. Excuse me. Zombies was a highlight in some aspects. The last 2 episodes with the whole multiverse team up was a highlight overall. Overall it's a really good series. Animation style was very nice. Not the most cutting edge ever. It's not done by the Spider-Verse Sony studio, but it's still very nice. Nothing to scoff at. The actors they got to do their voice roles were great. Some of the sound-alikes did a good job, mostly. It was just really good. And it brought some interesting angles to existing things. 4, I'll say Loki, just because it kind of blew everything open. We got to see this 20. Loki at 4.
Yeah, Loki at 4, bro. Damn.
Yeah, I know it's kind of tough.
Yeah, my list. No. This was a tough year though. It's a lot of shit. I'm still kind of.
I feel like ours.
In my head.
Yeah, I think all of ours are gonna be different. I think the last 3 of the 5 are gonna be Disney Plus stuff, in my opinion. But yeah, Loki just opened up the whole multiverse thing. Gave us a sacred timeline, explained a lot of stuff. It explained. It gave us. I feel like it just kind of opened up how the rest of the Phase 4 is going to go as far as multiverse things, and other movies, maybe even some Disney Plus shows. I think that's probably the show or project that has the most memorable soundtrack or score like a main theme. It's not Avengers, basically. In my all the other movies, they just have stuff that goes with scenes, but not stuff you kind of think about afterwards. It was really good. I enjoyed it. We saw some character growth in him. You know, we got introduced to all the Loki variants. It was cool to see Mobius and everything. It was an enjoyable show. 6 episodes. It was very enjoyable. And of course, Jonathan Majors as Kang / He Who Remains. I'm the type that likes the exposition dumps if it's very captivating. It may not be for everyone, but I thoroughly enjoyed it at the very last episode. Yeah, that's 4. All right, 5. Ooh, wow, 5. I've been thinking about Eternals more. And while in movies, I feel like it's the second weakest of the 4 movies we got. I think as a whole project, as a different take on the movie, I'm gonna put it as 5. This now Eternals, probably the most critical movie. I think really the most critical of all the MCU movies. Like most movies are just like, oh, either say it's mediocre when it's like Iron Man 2 or like Thor, The Dark World, things like that. Even Captain Marvel in some aspects is pretty mediocre. This movie, just some people are just like, oh, it sucks. I hate it. I don't care about any of these 10 characters. I think a movie is actually good. It just has some lower points that are hard to ignore, even if you're a big MCU Marvel fan like I am. But the strengths I think that movie does carry. I think for the 10 plus characters they introduce, their origins, their power skill sets, I think they do a well enough job. I think it's good. Some I like more than others, but I think they do a well enough job introducing them and where they've been on Earth the whole time. I think it's the most beautifully shot movie, which I guess for like the feel like your Martin Scorsese perfectly cinema type memes, absolutely cinema, whatever. It's a really well shot movie. It's got some great landscapes, environments, and any other. The scale of the Celestials of being huge cosmic space gods, and Earth is just like a speck. That shit is amazing to look at as well. Makari as the best speedster, anything in live action I've ever seen. Oh my god, amazing! And she's a deaf actress and in universe and a deaf character. I think that's also cool too, because like when she does her little sonic booms, maybe it doesn't affect her ears as much either because she's deaf and just whatever. Yeah, I think overall for world building, I think it's pretty cool. In terms of a really cool movie, I'm glad it exists. I hope we do see more of those characters later on. And then we have Jon Snow in it too, who will be Black Knight very soon. So yeah, I think it's my top 5. I think I feel like that. But everything I enjoyed this year, they all have good things to enjoy. They're more good and bad. For the most part. Let me write this down so I can remember I said that.
Put my list together now.
That was actually, that's a good one, Derek, because I definitely hadn't really thought about all of the MCU stuff this year. I just thought like
just MCU stuff, period. It's kind of tough because there's some shows in here that just don't make the list, but they're
still good. Yeah, like they bring some great things to the table.
Yeah, I think for me, number 1 would be of course No Way Home. And that's probably a hard carry on the nostalgia
100%.
Side. Low-key would be number 2 for me.
Okay.
I would put let me change this. I put not Shang-Chi. What If is number 3. Shang-Chi
oh my,
4 for me.
Oh my. Oh, you put Loki at 2. So basically, for me, it's like Shang-Chi and Loki are switched.
Yeah, Loki is number 2. What If is number 3. Shang-Chi number 4, and I put Yeah, I put Eternals as number 5.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
That's actually kind of surprising. I thought I'd be the only one with it at 5. Like I thought Derek would have it higher, or it just would not be on your list at all. Well, actually, no, we all liked the movie.
The movie. I liked it, but I was, there was,
yeah,
I was pretty critical about how they told the story.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it when it hits Disney Plus.
Yeah, it hits Disney Plus January 12th.
I'm rewatching
right there. I'm definitely watching that. That's the night it hits. Actually, probably.
I probably will. Yeah, I think it's the 12th. Last time I was on Disney Plus, it hit the 12th.
Yeah,
that's a Wednesday. I'll make time for it.
I'll be honest. If it wasn't for the nostalgia, man, low-key would be number 1 for me. Like it was really freaking solid, man.
Loki was really good.
Nice little piece of television.
Loki is, it's definitely one of the.
I think it was up there. It did have a couple moments. So the only knock I have on any of the shows this year is, and I think we've all said this before, is they all seem to end weird. They all seem to end like either we should have used a couple extra episodes, or they could have used just a more streamlined way of telling the story to us. They could have cut some things out maybe that wouldn't have made it feel like we had things unanswered so much still. It's just little things like that every episode kind of does. Or they always end with just like a weird feeling sort of. Loki, I think, ended the best, even though it had some moments along the way that you're like, huh? But it ended the best way. And, I like those ominous endings. And then obviously I'm obsessed with the multiverse stuff. Okay.
Very mysterious, Right. And we're getting a sequel, so they definitely did that with that in mind too.
Season 2 as well. So we know that's coming. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Okay. So I'm in agreement. Spider-Man No Way Home is number 1. I think that's unanimous.
Damn, man, that's cool. Crazy. They crazy for doing that movie, bro. they wild.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because I could never imagine Warner Brothers figuring out how to get three or four generations of Batmans on screen at once. I don't think they could do it. Granted, they did get like 3 Supermans together for CW.
Hey, they got something different going.
Yeah, CW doing.
I think to their credit, I think they are more. I think they have more leeway in doing that because most of the Superman iterations that have more attachment to people, I would say, are from the shows. Like the
I saw that for the first time a couple weeks back, and I was like, I was like, in the moment that if I saw this like live on TV, like I probably would have been impactful.
Yeah, I had some friends who, there are actually big ass Superman fans who were like, "Yo, Infinite is actually legit." So, but yeah,
let's not push it.
Hey, he loves Smallville, bro.
Don't get me wrong, I love Smallville too. Christ on Infinite actually being legit is whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. Okay, my list. Yeah, so Spider-Man No Way Home is number 1. Number 2 is where I shudder. I'm going to give the edge to Loki because, like Jahra said, it opened up everything for us. Yeah. So I'm going to give it that edge for that. Now, this is where I'm going to throw you guys off. Number 3, because I said Marvel content, all Marvel content. That's what I said. And technically.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, damn it. All right. Okay.
Technically, once you play the game.
Oh, the games.
Technically,
once you play the game, the MCU was referenced. So I'm considering this game canon to the MCU multiverse. Oh, shit. And so.
Oh, that's cool. No.
That's not. I didn't spoil anything, and I'm gonna.
Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not.
But I just like trust me. It is going to be so hard for me not to spoil this game. But Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is the number. I'm putting that at 3 for MCU for Marvel content this year. Okay. It's that good. It is that good, and I'll get to it later. It's that good. 4. What if?
Okay.
And 5 is going to be Eternals. Wow, and I feel bad. And because I really enjoyed it, and I just can't put it over any of those those other 4 projects. I cannot. Like I just can't find a way to do it. So they have to all go in there. And then Eternals is there, but that's not a knock on Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I really enjoyed. That's not a knock on WandaVision, which I really enjoyed.
For me either.
Like it's not a knock on anything else, and even that's not even a knock on like Black Widow, which I enjoyed. You know what I mean? It's just we're talking about top five. We're talking the top five.
You enjoyed Black Widow.
I enjoyed Black Widow still.
I like the first half.
I enjoyed Black Widow. I like her backstory. I like that building. I like Yelena. Like I love
Yelena is amazing.
We're gonna get to the Hawkeye review to finally finish that up for the people. But Yelena, I really like her. Like I like her
on these last 2 episodes.
I really like
she solidified me. She's like, okay, this she.
I can't wait to go over these last 2 episodes.
Yeah, she is just like. Yeah, that to me, that's really the only part I could even focus on that I'd be like, yeah, this really like, because from the movie I liked her a bit, but then in Hawkeye, come on, she so like, yeah, come on. Definitely enjoyed that. That's my 5. That's my 5, man. That Guardians of the Galaxy game is
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy by Eidos Montreal and Square Enix. Okay. Damn, man. You got me one. Okay.
I'm telling you, no, Jahra, it is.
All right. I will
say this before the review.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm saying we'll get to this later in the game section too. And I finished Halo Infinite campaign. I'll just do the side stuff in my free time. I'm gonna run through Avengers game so I can get to Guardians of the Galaxy because the way both you and Jordan have been hyping the game up.
Yeah, that's what I'll do as well.
I might
purchase this game until
I might dumb Avengers down into easy just to go through the story, like real rap. I think I might do that.
Here's the thing, because Avengers. I mean, I don't know if is there a difficult thing in Avengers? It's not really a difficult thing. It's just
really?
like
okay.
Avengers is just like
figure it out.
Avengers is Destiny.
Okay.
Right. Avengers is Destiny. So you're gonna play through the base story, and then to get to the next story, which is the Kate Bishop stuff, you have to level your character up, which means you have to go out there and basically run strikes in
the grind.
You have to grind to get your characters up, and then you can start those missions to go through. I haven't been able to grind, and I haven't wanted to grind because that's just not the type of game I was looking for. That's not what I was looking for from it. I thought I'd be able to at least play the story sections in Avengers, but it didn't work out that way. But this is a single player game. That's why this is so different and such. Again, it's a 15 to 20 hour game. You guys can beat this in a weekend, like if you have the time. Don't get me wrong. But if you guys sit down for 2 or 3 days, you guys can beat this game. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's so good. Anyways.
All right.
Great. Let's move into technically.
Technically, I only have one, and in pure Ian fashion, it's an Apple related topic.
Always.
But it's also Android related too. So shut up, Derek.
First, shut up, Derek.
That felt a little personal, but all right.
It was personal.
I felt like a little spice on that one, man.
So Apple, we mentioned previously that the Airtags are causing a ruckus out here in society. And I mentioned that Android has no way of tracking these Airtags. Well, Apple must be listening, because shortly after the episode dropped, I'm going to say that that happened because I'm pretty sure it didn't happen that way. But shortly after our episode aired, they made the change. They created an app for Android, very basic application that allows you to scan for Airtags on Android. Yep. There it is. Yep. The interface right there.
There it is. Here you go. I just want to. Yeah, and that's it. Tracker. I know it's mirrored, but whatever. Tracker detect. Got to turn Bluetooth on. You scan. It just gives you a basic little scan. And since there's nothing around me, I'm just gonna scan for like a minute or something. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, cool. Straight to the point. I'm glad they dropped it, just in case someone be with the fucking tomfoolery.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. I'm glad, but people got to be proactive in using it. It doesn't run in the background acting like that. So just make sure you get in your car or whatever. Just check your stuff and just use it. Use it every now and again. Just put that in your habit. Open it like a social media app. Just open it every now and again and just search it.
just be aware of your surroundings. Like, don't, I mean, you know, AirPods or Beats, whatever the little Bluetooth earphones, you know, just don't be walking to your car or just out places within your ears. You kind of like a Mark doing that too, because it gives people the impression you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, just be careful, man. You do the one AirPod, man. That's what I do. You know, treat it like a
one
little
AirPod.
Bluetooth. You don't you're not gonna be an old person, man. Just treat it like a Bluetooth. Just throw one in, put one AirPod in, and
ain't looking like Uncle Auntie over there.
yeah, you be all right, man. AirPods are still cool, man. Get you some pros, throw one in there, you be all right, man. Or you don't even gotta get the pros. The new basic ones look like pros anyway now. So right. So just grab some of those and throw them in your ear, and yeah, you be cool, man. Just keep one in, just one in, so you can be aware in your other one.
Speaking of pros, apparently the AirPod Pros 2s are gonna have they're gonna come with a case that makes a sound now. I don't know if you had the same issue where you lose your case.
Oh, you can
yeah. But now that I have,
that's cool.
You know, I'm very Star Wars out today. I was talk about
that thing is big.
It's almost as if a new show started.
But I don't lose it, right? Like
never losing that. Jesus.
I don't lose it.
That's dope. That's nice. That's
so,
fire.
You know,
yeah.
I see that all the I pretty much don't. I mean, sometimes I misplace it, but it can only be so many places, you know, before it's not falling into cracks.
My couch loves eating my
oh yeah. But you don't have a case on it, do you?
No, I do. I have a little a Nomad case on there.
Okay. Yeah, it just depends. But yeah, you know, my little Mandalorian cases, if there's a double purpose, I like it. But yeah, man. Yeah, y'all get that up, y'all Android folks, and be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Apple.
We still being careful out here.
Yes, sir.
That is all.
All right.
Yes, sir. Okay, dope. All right, man. Time for console tea. I got a mug today. I just got my thermos.
Console tea.
We're gonna say there's tea in this today.
It's a nice thermos, though.
This
is ginger mango tea.
Oh, you got the mango joint. Okay,
ginger mango, but I made it myself. I just had some ginger tea and I had some mango tea, a little infusion, you know.
All right, I see you. 1 + 1 = good ass tea.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, the tea guy. It might be the tea guy now. Fuck the podcast.
Might be. Now. You are.
I'm just gonna start doing making tea on Instagram.
Hey.
No, there's a guy that does that already. I don't want to steal his swag.
Oh, definitely. Hey, man, sometimes it's not about being original.
He black. Yeah, he black. He black.
Oh, never mind.
No, he mad black, bro. He mad natural herbs. Dude, I can't compete with him. He got dreads. He got flowers all around. He be planting in her.
Oh, he probably pulls them off.
I'm not.
He got tea
I don't
plants.
want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
He got tea plants?
Nigga, he got what? I don't know what he got. No, I don't know if he got really tea plants, but he really.
I think he does.
Going to the back.
Probably do. What I'm saying is, I'm not ready for that battle. He got it.
Okay,
you know
cool.
what I mean?
It's like you think you like coffee until someone comes in with the portable
grinders,
grinder, or they say they got the French press and be like,
and they really got beans and really
they travel with a cappuccino maker.
Yeah, like fam. Okay, yeah, no, you're not about coffee. You not.
I just want to wake up. You want to wake up and more.
Nah,
I'm gonna make them on the go.
Oh no, you putting in extra effort to get your ass. Yeah, no, it's wild. Yeah. Okay, Jahra, you want to tell us about the Halo campaign?
Yeah, man. Okay, Halo Infinite campaign is done. Hours I put into it. Oh man, I don't know. Including some of the side stuff I did, between 15, 20. Maybe closer to 20. There's no timer, but yeah. So I finished the campaign. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was New Year's.
Last night?
Yeah. Finished New Year's Day.
Did you finish it on screen? Because I know you didn't finish it.
I did. I finished the last part on stream. I did.
Okay,
I did stream the last part. Yeah. After this, we record this. I'm gonna at least put that last bit on YouTube. It was. I enjoyed it. Yeah. But yeah. So campaign is done. I really enjoyed it. So I'll preface it with this. So whenever any of us talk about Halo, there's two Halos basically. There's the Bungie Halo games, which is 1 through 3, ODST, and Reach, and then there's 343's Halo, which is 4, 5, and now Infinite. I've only played Halo 4's campaign, and it just was. I don't know. I don't care for it that much. It's forgettable mostly. I didn't play 5. We all know this. I've said it a million times. This one. Yeah, this one, fortunately, what they've done, they don't necessarily write off everything from 4 and 5, but they don't include a specific alien faction called the Prometheans. They don't have them in there, and they kind of cut off some other stuff. They don't have the Spartan Lock with what's dude's name? Black dude was anyway. They don't have all that stuff. It's basically Chief lands on another Halo, another ring world, and they scored.
No. But
Oh,
he
they
wanted
did?
his head. He almost. Oh wow, the way he ripped it. I thought.
Oh damn. Okay.
If he had scored, yeah, I might not have been able to be solid that time.
Oh god.
I might not have been impressed.
Oh shit. Okay. So overall I enjoyed it. The format of the game is the first couple missions you start on a ship. You wake up on a different ship. And then you find one lone Marine whose name is Echo 216. That's his Marine name. We found his full name later. I think it's like Fernando Esparza. That's fine. I just finished the game. I forgot. But anyway, Echo 216. He meets him on the ship, and you like Chief's like, let me go to this other ship because there's a signal there to pick up the AI who's called the Weapon, who looks like Cortana, but isn't Cortana technically. I think these three characters are all very good. They're well written. They humanize Chief in some aspect, not to be like he's like chummy and like making a full conversations. He doesn't do the whole hey, here's my face reveal. He doesn't do anything like that. He's in the suit, 100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much some Mandalorian season 1 type shit. Like he's always in the suit. But yeah, the things that they do about like Chief and his relationship with Cortana, the AI, and how they interlace some of the other story bits. I think that's all been well done. I think it's probably among the best of all the Halo games because I mean, not everyone talks about it, but the reason why we do like the Halo campaigns because they genuinely can have good stories. They're not like super deep, like oh man, like you're theory crafting at the end. It's not like that deep, but it's like from start to finish, it's not just run and gun fest. It's like oh, there's reasons why shit's happening, and you want to beat their ass, and you beat their ass, and that's good and it's fun. So I think it was good on that aspect. The open world. So how they do it, I call it semi-open world, at least when you play through the game, up until post-game you finish it. When you get to Halo, Zeta Halo, that Halo, there are certain zones. They're big zones, they're sizable, but it's not like too big to where it's like exhausting. You start with the grapple hook as well. You can level up your grapple hook and some other equipment, so you can move around if you don't have a vehicle or any place to fast travel. And as you do certain story missions, depending, cutscenes, they put you in different places. You go in other parts of the ring world. And then I found out actually towards the end, or at least until you unlock a flying vehicle that you can just grab anytime, you can't even go to certain parts of the ring without a flying vehicle. So that's interesting in itself. But yeah, I think the open world is good. I wouldn't say it's like like you're not going to see people saying like, oh, the Breath of the Wild, it's like, everything, it's not like that. I think it's good. I think they can continue going like with this in the future. My only knocks against it, I would say, I wish there was more like environmental biome variety. There's only really like 2 or 3. There's like evergreen trees and like mountainy areas, and there's a swamp area, but it's not like super duper swampy. It's still like trees, but it's like there's more swamps and mud places with certain downships. And there's one area that's like really like super like trees and this green grassy plains and stuff like that. But it all kind of blends together in aspects. So you don't get like desert area, or you don't really get beach areas like the Silent Cartographer from Halo 1. You don't get that. You don't get like snowy areas, or things like that. But when you do go into the insides of Halo, and it has that Forerunner architecture, the grays, it's not like the first few Halos where it's grays and more grays, and like it gets a little disorienting how you move about them because it's all so similar. But what they've done, I really like how they designed the interiors. It's like, even for my PC, that was like I had to lock my game to 30 frames. Like as soon as I went to the open world, my shit said, nope, I cannot run in those 60. My PC said, nope, fuck you, change to 30 frames. So I locked it 30 frames, but after that, it was fine. But even when you have low settings, I think the game still looks really good. The interiors have like nice lighting effects. It's like shimmery, but then they have like areas to show the phone you where to go. And there are some missions where you do have to go through bits of those areas, and they can look similar. But for me, they didn't really bore me just because I appreciate the art design overall. There's the things that this one does differently as well. You have like boss 1v1 bosses you have to do, which can be on your bumper, like for real. Like you have brutes that have like there's one boss where you have to like shut down this drill machine, excavation machine, and by goes it's all first person. But like when you go to shut it down, it stops midway, and the brute just grabs your ass and turns chief and chucks his ass across the room. And it's like, oh fuck, you got the hammer, and he just like in the old games, the brutes would be running after you with the hammer. But you have the base run speed in the old games. You didn't have like sprinting like that. This one, them dudes would be like linebacker, like a burst of speed, like Marshawn Lynch shit, like just come after your ass. Hell yeah. And it's like, oh fuck. So if you don't have the grapple hook on tap, you're gonna get fucked. So I played on heroic, which is like the second hardest difficulty. Legendary usually gets like obnoxious. I'm not really into just starting out on the hardest difficulty because it gets obnoxious and frustrating. But yeah, I feel like heroic was a good fair balance between challenging, but you figure out how to do things, stuff like that. But yeah, I really liked how they cranked up some of the bigger enemies like that. They had the elites with the swords still. They would have their camo. They would run much faster and do different slashes against you. Even if you have a sword and they have a sword, you can clash your swords. And if you're not careful, they'll still just like hit you with like a second slash and you're dead or whatever. The hunter enemies, the hunters. And for all the listeners and viewers and that know about the hunters, the big things that have like a big arm shield and they have these big blasters on their arms. They usually throw two of them at you. They usually are like in closed areas, and they just come after you. They'll do like big sweeping lunges and stuff, and they'll shoot their gun. This one, they're way more aggressive. They'll have times they'll just don't shoot like one blast at a time. They'll just like they'll just keep shooting at you. And so you have to have your shield out, or you have to like dash this side. Like it really gets your blood pumping, and I really fucked with that. That was really good. So kudos to 343 for making them be more of a terror than before. But I will say the last 3-4 missions of the game, you aren't really in the open world much anymore. It goes really heavy into like story lore and plot. And not saying they dump like 30-minute cutscenes at you like some other games, but it's like you just have to keep going deeper and deeper to figure out more things going on. So there's that. So I feel like that might be a knock to some. If you really enjoy the open world aspect, but aren't really too jazzed about going through the hallways and fighting through stuff like that. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. Where I would rank it, I guess. Now this will probably piss people off, but I do like it more than the Halo 1 campaign. And the only reason why I say that is because despite the story not being quite as straightforward and cohesive as the first game, I don't have any missions that I feel like really burnt out and tired of playing. Like that game definitely has like the infamous library mission where you have to run through these big areas of flood chasing you at all times, and the checkpoints are wonky. I never liked that, and that's why that mission is such a low point to me. Is why I never put like Halo 1 campaign like really high on the pedestal. Personally, it's my opinion. If you feel some type of way, feel free to comment and say I'm an idiot. Hey, that's engagement for us. Feel free.
Yep, go ahead.
But feel free. But I still put like Halo 3, Reach campaign high. I like it more in 1 and 2 and 4. I would say just because of the moment-to-moment action and like gunplay is really good. Like you can grapple weapons towards you and just keep shooting. You can grapple like these fusion coil things you throw and they explode. There's different types like that. Keeping up with your weapon. There's a lot of different weapon types. There's a bunch of new ones. There's some old favorites. They have this thing which I'm sure other open world games has done. Where like you take like Far Cry and stuff. I'll call it Far Cry Light. Where like you have to take over like stronghold type areas with a bunch of enemies, and once you do that, you'll get more in campaign experience. They call it Valor, and that's how you're able to, once you take over these other bases for yourself called FOBs, that's how you fast travel. You'll have like other Marine friendlies around there. You can spawn like vehicles you unlock, weapons. You can get weapon variants which are like, like the assault rifle, it has a longer range, or like the shotgun has a tighter spread. or the laser weapons, just it's more lethal, but there's less energy, so you use it quicker for the sake of it being just stronger. There's things like that. So overall, I think I think they did a really good strong start. I can definitely tell. I feel like they either remove some stuff during the development, or they are going to add it later as DLC, especially based off the ending of it. And I mean, I look forward to it. I think they're going to definitely take a Destiny-ish approach as far as the story is concerned, where like there's story here, there's logs you can pick up and listen to stuff from like the human UNSC side, the brute, the banished faction side. But I feel like because you don't really explore much of this ring, it's just like you only maybe 5% of the whole ring if you think about like the scope of how big these ring worlds are. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it was worth the wait, and I actually spent money on it. I didn't get it on Game Pass. I was gonna just wait for Game Pass and just play it there, but I decided to buy it on Steam just because I had heard that the progression between the Game Pass version of Halo Infinite and the Steam version, it's a little wonky as far as the campaign, not the multiplayer, as far as the campaign. So I just said I'll just buy it, and then just go through there. But I don't regret the $60 purchase on there. I think it's the first $60 thing I ever bought on Steam, which is that's definitely weird. But hey, now the knocks to it. I will say the knocks to it, the environmental variety, not as much as I wanted it to be. Hopefully they do that if they drop more campaigns and you're like in a snowy area or more of a beach area or desert, whatever. The last third is more corridor-esque, like traditional Halo 1, 2 campaign stuff. So if you're not too into that, that might drag it down for you. I'll be honest. It might drag it down for you. And I will say this too, because no matter how much I enjoy it, it has to be addressed. There's no co-op with the campaign right now. That is an integral part of the Halo experience, dating back to the old games, the old Bungie games. That sucks. Now, they did say it's going to come within 5-6 months of release. So I'm guessing May, June. That's when season 2 of the game overall is going to come out. So I feel like once co-op comes out, it's going to be super fun. I think it's going to be like a blast to just run through. And I'm very curious how they're going to do that as far as like your open world aspect and your mission aspect. Because once you're in the open world, it doesn't like do any loading unless you die. Like once you're out there, you just fly around, you run around, you shoot things, get weapons, vehicles, etc. So I think those are the 3 main cons overall. I think the characters were written well for the story they're telling. The story seems a little, they tell things out of order, but once you get to the end, you get some more context from the audio logs. If you care to listen to them, I think it's more fulfilling. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's really good. Good job, 343 Industries. Now just improve everything else. Yeah, so yeah. So I think that's my spiel on it. I think under 20 minutes is good. Yeah, so that's it, man.
The Halo campaign, man. No, I caught a little bit of your stream, man. It looked really fun. I caught a bit with the whole Cortana thing and her learning about all that.
Oh
kind of stuff.
Man, they lay more of it on in the last couple of missions too. I stream. It's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna just say like.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch the end of that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say like Halo Infinite, campaign finale stream. Whatever. Yeah. I'll find a better name for it. But yeah. That was cool, man. Okay. Yeah. I do think more people are gonna want to wait for the co-op aspect of it though, as far as like just gameplay wise. If you don't care about the story stuff, I think co-op will be a blast. And then if you want to wait for it, no problem with waiting for it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Let me run through Guardians of the Galaxy real quick because I'm not talking about any spoilers, which is a tough thing to do with this game. But what I will say is if you like the multiverse aspect of things, the Guardians of the Galaxy fits right into it. And if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, like you really enjoy the movies, this game feels like playing the movie. It feels like playing a long version of the movie where they get to, flesh out more story, you get to have more interaction. Obviously, it's interactive. I will admit, there is a small part of you that is going to feel like you wish you could control the other characters.
Okay.
It is something that you can't it's something that does feel like, yo, I would have let them hold this game for another year to give me the same story, but allow me to switch between each of these characters in a fight. If y'all needed another year to develop that, I would have held out for that. But maybe that's something they might integrate in the next game. Because they have to do a sequel to this. I don't even understand how this wasn't Game of the Year. I saw this one like Best Narrative.
I think it's because a lot of people, it's a combination of, I mean, it's not the same studio they made Marvel's Avengers, but they both worked with Screen. They published both, so it's got that kind of bad taste in the mouth.
I get it.
Bad mind share and all that. But once more people played it, and it dropped in price to 30, like within the same month.
Yeah,
it dropped in price by Black Friday weekend, Thanksgiving, whatever. It was $30 most places, digitally, physically, at most. And I think word of mouth was really strong. So I think that's why I got it. Yeah. That's really what it is.
No, yeah, this game is great. I think the best thing about it is it's what we grew up with. It is a classic single player game.
Okay.
That's it. There's no microtransaction, ain't nothing to buy. They're not trying to sell you shit. Everything that's in the game, you go find in the game, search in the game and find it. Look, man, I'm trying to talk about this game, but there's certain things. When I say spoilers, there's certain aspects of like forget the story. There's just certain aspects of the game that are so clever that I haven't seen done in a while that I don't want to ruin for you. I want you to be able to experience it organically for the first time when you play and you do something and then they react and you're like, oh, what? And you're like, oh, like I want you to go through it yourself. You know what I mean? I think that even though it's not a spoiler to the story or anything, it's just I think it's a spoiler to the experience.
I got that. No, I know it does. That's how I felt when I played Titanfall 2 campaign for the first time. Like story is pretty straightforward. It's fine. But like the stuff that happens gameplay wise, you're like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I got you.
This is your classic single player. I mean, it is, man. Look, like it's a great story. The game is beautiful, like Ratchet and Clank level beautiful. Ratchet and Clank level beautiful. Not bullshitting you.
I do like the art style.
It looks that good when you're playing this game. Like I said, I think traversing as Peter could be a little bit more fluid. Star-Lord.
Oh, Peter Quill. That's
Peter
crazy.
Quill. Yeah, my bad.
When you said that, I thought Peter Parker.
My bad. You know what it is? They call him Peter in the game so often that he was in my head. So when I said Peter, I'm like, yeah.
They do that in the movie too. They associate by first names.
Yeah,
really his first name.
His first name. Yeah, they call him Peter a lot. They don't call him Star-Lord. So because of that, I'm in my head. He's the Peter that's in my head right now.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I forget. Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, like I said, playing as him is cool, but there's I like it's kind of like an XCOM feel, if you know what I mean, like how you kind of controlling.
Oh yeah.
But instead of just kind of being on the tabletop and telling people where to go and shoot at this and shoot it here, you're involved. So it's kind of like you're a quarterback of the fight. So you control them. They have different attacks. And don't get me wrong, it's not and some people will not like that. And I think it's because a lot of people are very conditioned to feel like for a game to be worth $60 or to be worth anything, it has to be this long grind. You have to have this massive skill tree. Each character has 4 skills. One skill that gets unlocked through story, you can't unlock it any faster than that. And then they each have their first skill, they'll all unlock through story as well. That'll all be unlocked through story as the team comes together or whatever. But then the 2 and 3 are skills that have to be upgraded with ability points that you earn through playing. And you kind of choose how you upgrade each of your characters as you go. The collectibles you find are basically resources that unlock perks to kind of just help you play the game. And then you have outfits. The basic, the most thing that you're looking for is there's 2 types of resources that you're looking for. They're pretty easy to see throughout the world. And then the outfits, you want to get all the cool outfits for the characters. So I won't ruin any of the outfits, but there's a lot of dope ones that are out there for sure. So yeah, so they so that's really cool. The customization of the game is really great. Just when you start the game, you can really do, you can make yourself, you can not make the game. So what I did was I didn't want the game to feel super easy. So I didn't go down to easy. I left it on normal. But then what I did was I customed it. So I bumped up the damage that I do just a tad bit. I left the damage that they do to me normal, and then I bumped my damage up just a bit because I really wanted to go to this and feel powerful. I really did.
Okay, cool.
So there was still challenge in it. Don't get me wrong. There was definitely still challenge there, but for the most part, I knew that I was doing decent damage, and as long as I picked the right, weapons and everything like that, I was pretty much going to get out of it.
Okay.
So that was pretty dope. Star-Lord, he gets you can see it in the trailer. He gets his little elemental guns. It's really cool how you see that play up. Like I said, you're not playing the movie, so you have to take that into consideration that it's not the movie. So Star-Lord doesn't seem to know this is not a spoiler, but Star-Lord doesn't seem to know his dad's a Celestial. So that is interesting. But
so it's like the movie in a sense until he
doesn't learn anything about his dad in this movie.
He doesn't.
Okay. He does not. His dad is not. That's why I feel like there's got to be a thing going forward because there's a key point in the game where some shit that's similar to the movie happens. Okay. And then you're like, well, there is one moment that I want to watch you play it on stream so I can see when you get to this moment in the story. Mantis. You guys obviously remember Mantis.
Oh, Mantis? Okay.
I don't know if you guys know who Mantis is. Ian, if you don't care, I would suggest just looking up who she really is. I would suggest not looking up until you play it. Okay. If you don't know anything deeper about Mantis,
all I know about Mantis is from the movie.
Okay, then don't look up anything about Mantis and just play the game. Okay. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like a huge spoiler, but it's something I didn't know. So her role in the game is so crazy because I just didn't know she was who she is. I don't know. I just didn't know. Okay, cool. No problem. This game, and I think I said it earlier, but this game is a obscure Marvel character like smorgasbord. I was on Google through this game so often, just like, who is that? I'm like, that has to be a character. Let me look this person up. Oh, I'm like, who is this character? Like, bro, it was like, crazy. This game, the story is top tier. The world designs, you never feel like you're wasting your time. You don't feel like you're going through, the enemy designs are so clever. You don't feel like you're fighting the same things over and over and over. There's so many, they have a good variation of enemies. So even though at the end, and then there's a Mass Effect aspect. This is for Ian right here. This I'm trying to sell it to Ian. It's a little Mass Effect aspect, right?
It did give me Mass Effect vibes from the very first thing I saw.
Your decisions impact what happens. Now, I don't know if your decisions will allow you to end the game with a different outcome. But what I will say is your decisions will directly impact things that happen in the game. Like there are moments where as Star-Lord, you get to make decisions interacting with people. Sometimes it's just harmless conversation. Sometimes it's going to influence the way somebody acts later in a cutscene. Sometimes you have to be careful with it. So you do have to, it's one of those games that you can't be listening to a podcast as you're playing this really. Maybe you can turn one on during a fight or something, but you can't, you gotta be paying attention to the game because there's chances and stuff. The one thing that I will say that people are knocking the game for, or the last thing I will say people knock the game for, people don't like that you can't control all the characters. Obviously, that was one thing that everybody said at the beginning. So that's a big thing. But I think that's easy to get over once you start playing the game. If you buy into what the game is offering, instead of being upset the game isn't what you wanted it to be. I think you can get over it and really enjoy it. That being said, the other thing is there's this thing called huddle up. And anytime you're in a fight, you can huddle up the team. I don't know if you've seen that, but basically,
I think I've seen a glimpse of it. I've caught like one or two random streams, but didn't watch a lot because I was like, I don't want to be spoiled too much by things. One review I did watch did mention the huddle up feature, right? But I want you to continue talking about it.
So basically, it's just So basically, it's just you huddle the whole team up at any time you want. You can L1, R1, you huddle the whole team up. They come together, and the team tells you basically how they're feeling in the match. So sometimes they come in and they're really excited. They're like, "Yo, we're smoking it. We're killing them. We fucking these dudes up. They ain't got shit on us. We doing it." And then sometimes they come in, they're like, "Yo, we're getting our asses kicked. I don't know what to do. There's too many of them. We're getting swarmed." And it's your job to respond to them in the right way to encourage them back in the fight. So if you respond the correct way, you'll all get a super damage boost. You'll get these boosts where basically you can use a lot of their super moves and their talent moves over and over and over. So it gets crazy. It gets really crazy. You start slashing down like big bosses really fast. So it gets really crazy.
Definitely sounds like a better Mass Effect.
And
entirely. Like I'm watching this guy right now, and everything you're saying, it sounds like
it's true. I'm not bullshitting you.
I'm about to run through Avengers to get to this game, bro.
Look. I'm not gonna lie. I tell you, play this first. Anyways, we'll get back to that. I would say play this first. I'm not gonna lie. Play this first because Avengers isn't bad. It's just different, and it's meant to be different. They went the live service Destiny route with Avengers, and that's what they're trying to sell that as. This, they said, yo, this is a game. If the Wolverine game is a game where they're not trying to bullshit us, and it's this, it will be amazing. I'm not lying to you. It will be amazing because this game is amazing. You will love this game. You guys will love this game.
I'll do Guardians first then. I'll save Avengers for another time.
Fuck Avengers. Just jump straight to Guardians. Okay. You will love this game. I promise you. Not bullshit.
Let me buy it now then.
Hey!
Another.
Such a good salesman.
And
you're a solid salesman.
And here's the thing. I beat it already. So Ian can't even be like, man, I'm gonna get this game and then Derek not even gonna finish the shit. I beat it already.
It's a solo game, so
yeah, well that's true. It ain't a co-op. It ain't a co-op. That's
not a co-op. So yeah, we good.
That is true. But look, it's your job to do that. Yeah, there you go. Jahra got his copy right there.
Still in the wrap.
There we go. You're gonna break that open, bro. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to put that game down for a couple of days. It's gonna rope you in. You're gonna want to keep going.
I'm not
gonna lie. I wish you had finished Halo campaign earlier, so you could have had like this little holiday weekend to really play through it, because that's what I did. Like I basically started playing Thursday, and I like last night I stayed up till 2 a.m. or 2:30, and when I finally beat it last night. And I was like, yo, this was amazing.
I'll figure out. I'm gonna figure out a schedule.
But trust me, you're gonna want to play this. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna figure out a proper stream schedule for this, and I'm even gonna bring a PS5 at my desk, and I'm gonna figure out get it all set up for the stream.
Oh, well, you guys can't see it, but my whole gaming setup is right here to me.
Oh, okay.
So cool. I game here.
Yeah, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. Oh, I think I have an idea, but. It's not gonna be on the desk. Probably not. Maybe not. Whatever.
I got 2 desks, so I'm just.
I got the one, bro.
We desking it up in here. But yeah, man, no, that game is great, man. The game plays good. It feels fluid to me. Listen, the game is not without flaws, though. I will not lie. The game is not without flaws. There are a couple moments where there's like little freezes or weird things will happen where your characters will get stuck, and sometimes you may have to reload a checkpoint. But typically reloading a checkpoint fixes just about anything that could happen in the game. Man, I want to talk to y'all some more about it, but I have to wait. There's so many little moments that I'm like, bro, this was so good when they did this. Why'd they do this to me? But I also will say I'm a really big fan of Guardians. Like I'm a really big fan of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Amazing. Like that's one of my, I rank that as one of my top Marvel movies of all time. Like top 5 Marvel movies of all time. It's up there for me. Guardians 2 is not that high, but it's up there as well. It's probably top 10. Pretty easily. And this is coming from somebody who has like like Guardians is so good that I just like I can forget James Gunn. It's gonna be harder for me to watch 3, but if it's good enough, I can probably forget about him again. Like how I enjoyed Suicide Squad, even though it was him. So it's the same type of thing, but Guardians is like, it's really, really good to me. So this game is exactly what I was looking for. So I will admit that maybe there's a little bit of that bias in me. I don't know, but I really do think you guys will enjoy the game. The story that it's telling, the way it builds interest in just the most random characters that I know nothing about. I would assume, some of these characters will pique your interest a little more, and you'll be like, oh wait, man, what? And
if they have Nova Corps in there, then that's gonna be fire. Oh man.
So,
Oh man. Okay. All right.
So
I'm gonna figure this out this week.
all right. You're making it hard. I don't know what you do. Why'd you say stuff? I don't. All right. So anyways,
Because man, it's all cosmic.
it's all cosmic. It's all cosmic. It's all cosmic, and they do not slump on character design. You're not fighting generic basic enemies, bro.
Cool.
You're not. It is so good. Don't get me wrong. I will say, I guess maybe the story can be a little bit predictable at a point. You kind of know how it's
as long as it's enjoyable. I don't mind.
But it is such an enjoyable ride that it does not matter that you know how you're gonna figure it out at the end.
Yeah.
So man. I think you guys will really enjoy that, man. I'm interested to hear back from you guys in a couple of weeks. You guys talk about that one. That'll be one of them ones.
One of them ones.
That'll be one of them ones, man. Yeah. All right, guys. So let's start with Book of Boba Fett. Spoiler drop.
Spoilers. You got timestamps. Okay, I got it. Cool.
Thank you, sir. Book of Boba Fett. This offshoot series, episode 1. It went live Wednesday.
Yep.
Wednesday went on Disney Plus. Look, it's really just it's nothing crazy. It is a Boba Fett refresher. It's a Boba Fett story. All it is talking about where he's been since he got stuck in the pit and how he got out, and his journey from being picked up by the Raiders and all of that stuff. It's stuff that we've read about and seen about before if you follow Star Wars and all this kind of stuff. It's stuff that people have written, hella fan fiction and all types of stuff. But to see it actually in live action in that good of a quality was amazing to see. It was really dope. It was great. I could see people who aren't interested in Boba Fett, who don't care about Boba Fett, looking at that and being like, what the fuck was this? I don't like this. Or what the fuck was happening? But that was just introduced. They have to, because a lot of people, I feel like I'm echoing a lot right now. But a lot of people don't know who Boba Fett is. And a lot of people don't know where his story really comes from. And to be fair, it's not like he was the biggest character through the movies and stuff. He had a little role. But he's one of those characters that I think people just kind of lock onto. I mean, I'm wearing a Boba Fett shirt. It's not like he played the biggest role in the world, but it's one of those characters you just lock onto. That's Boba Fett. So they just needed to give you that background on him, run you through all this type of stuff, show you how tough he really is. Like, he's that dude, like he's that guy. Like, he wasn't playing, like, you know what I mean? Like, when Buddy, he was like, yo, like, y'all capture me, but like y'all really don't know, like, I'm that, like, all right, man, hold on. Let me get some strength and I'm gonna fuck y'all up. And then, now I'm gonna save y'all from this big ass monster. And now y'all finally respect me. Like, let me get the fuck on. Like, so just telling you like that whole story of that. And then, how he's gone back and he's trying to manage this whole thing, taking over Jabba's palace and running that underworld. And he's a crime boss. So it's that shout out to my Boba figurine that's also here. But unlike Jahra, I'm gonna admit that I put this here on purpose. This wasn't just here.
Man,
magic.
Look.
It wasn't just sitting here always. And then today I'm like, oh, by the way, I also had Groot here, but I forgot to bring him out earlier.
What?
Maybe
See,
Groot.
you talking about me, got all these trinkets.
But I put them here on purpose. See, I put them here on purpose.
I always keep shit in my drawer.
Nah, Draw put out the Banjo Kazooie N64 cartridge.
It's literally right here.
When it wasn't on the docket at all. Like,
next time, I'm gonna aim my
webcam
at the drawer.
Yeah.
Draw put out the N64 cartridge when nobody was talking about it was wild. Like, that was not on the schedule. No one
knows who's below this web.
And Draw just magically had that.
I gonna have a whole satchel of my.
Gerard got the multiverse there, but he just be digging into this little magic hat and pulling out whatever.
It's right here. You just can't see.
I'm telling you,
this is the peering into my world to the viewers.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was Book of Boba Fett. It looked great. What did y'all think about this first episode? Like, were y'all engaged in it? Were y'all invested? Did y'all feel like it was the start to a good series? Or y'all interested to keep watching? I know y'all may not be as invested in Boba Fett as I am.
Man, that wasn't no Mandalorian season 3. No, I'm kidding. No, I enjoyed it. There's somebody that said that, but no, probably.
I'm sure.
Somewhere out there, Twitter, usual.
Yeah, people are stupid.
But no. So I enjoyed it. I didn't really know what to expect. Honestly, I knew it just would follow at the very end of Mandalorian season 2. That post credit scene or whatever, where he did just sit on the throne, was like, "Yep, this is what's happening next." But yeah, it was cool. We got, like you said, we have the little what happened since episode 6, and surprised to see the plant with like the clone. What do we call it? The clone facility from Attack of the Clones and everything. So that was cool. I expect to see that.
Camino,
Camino. Yeah, so I can remember.
My bad. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Yeah, when they had like the waves and it was dark and stormy all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I couldn't for life remember the name of that place. But yeah, I was surprised to see that. That was neat.
I
As
feel
far
like I
as
should
like,
know that I'm wearing the Star Wars shirt. I really can't fuck up on the Star
Hey,
Wars.
you
knowledge
did,
today.
though.
I
You
can't
did
fuck up on the
after-
Star Wars knowledge today. Then you'll be like, yo, this nigga, take the shirt off.
But no, it was cool. They showed that, they showed the pit, like you said. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. They're showing the pit. That's cool. Showing what happened with the Raiders and any other. I enjoyed it. I felt stupid because for some reason I thought that like they wouldn't have like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, all the dudes that worked on the Mandalorian show, that would do this show. And it has a similar type of a presentation. And they even got Ludwig Göransson back for the soundtrack. I was like, oh shit, that's Ludwig back on the boards.
Every time his name pops up, it brings a smile to my face, man. I'd be
Same.
happy for him because I'm just thinking about them days when we were just seeing him working with Gambino, dog. Like, I
Gambino.
can't think.
Them camp days. Cul-de-sac camp days.
We low key some music heads, bro.
Absolutely.
We can change this whole shit up. We could just be the new Joe Budden podcast. We could change this shit up and talk about music. Bro. We could just do this whole totally music nerds or something. We just
definitely could. Definitely
low key some music heads, just low key. Not. I ain't got that extensive music knowledge, but Ian's been in them.
He'd give us he'd be our Parks, but in front of the camera.
Facts.
Oh yeah, I guess I would be there. Yeah.
Front camera Parks. That Ludwig, man. I'm just thinking of from that, and we used to say how great he was just back then.
Mm-hmm.
So to see him arranging like Star Wars is like that makes
Black
sense. That don't even
the Black Panther movie. Yeah, he's
like,
out here, man.
God,
he's out
he
here.
Getting money. He getting money.
He's in the
rich
mouse.
as
he's
fuck.
He's in the mouse pocket, bro. He's there,
in the mouse
bro.
pocket. You
he's there. He's there. So he's doing well.
Yeah. Damn.
I like the look. I like the fight in the actual inner city part, town part, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's definitely a good introduction for not only for, I know, like you said earlier, for like the heavier Star Wars heads, it might be like, okay, sure. But you have to keep in mind for people like me that do keep up with some of it, but don't remember the Plant Camino and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then there's people who just strictly know the Mandalorian shows. This is basically, well, now 2022, this year's, Mandalorian. It's not season 3, it's a spinoff. However, it's a continuation story-wise after where we left off Mando season 2. So as long as we all keep that in consideration, then you just enjoy it. But I like it. Was a good brief introduction. Looking forward to more and where we go and how he builds up his how he builds up himself there.
Yeah, I mean, I did say that it was a Mandalorian season 3. That was.
I wasn't saying it for like that for you though.
Oh yeah, but no, that I still
Bro,
kind of agree with that. But
no, I wasn't saying that.
I still I don't mind that, honestly. I like Mandalorian a lot, and it would be nice to see more Mandalorian. Not to say this is cut for cut that, but the themes, the score selection, the way they tell the story.
They are going for that same
it's
type
the same
of feel, but it's in a
Boba
different setting because he's a crime boss. His
story is different. It's less wandering assassin type.
It's more his story and the
rise to the top type deal.
To get to the rise to the top,
Godfather, Star Wars.
Exactly.
It might be a little too much, but we'll see.
No, basically.
Ultimately, I'm probably just watching this pretty heavy because of how much praise Derek is giving it. I'm trying to see where that's coming from. So we in here like somewhere on that regard.
Well, I just love Boba Fett, so I'm gonna watch any series with him in live action. I never thought I'd get to see this, and that Obi-Wan series, Like,
Oh, that's
I don't think y'all know.
man.
I mean, I think
That's
y'all know
gonna be
how much
fire.
Obi-Wan's my favorite. Yeah,
y'all know how
got
much I love
it.
Boba Fett, but Obi-Wan is one of my favorite Jedi.
One of my favorite.
Like,
Yeah, he
of all time.
Definitely.
I mean, like, so yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy for that. So yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, this is
That's coming this year as well, right? Obi-Wan.
I gotta double check that, but yeah, maybe. I need to double check.
I know whatchamacallit isn't this year. Ahsoka is definitely not this year.
No, I think they said Ahsoka was supposed to be
Oh shit.
holiday this year.
Following
I think it's holiday this year.
Dang, this might be think Star Wars 2022 gonna be like
yeah,
Marvel
Star Wars is trying to come out the gate this year for real.
This is their year. Marvel's gonna be there, but that's dope. Okay, cool.
They're trying to come hard.
All right, I like that. Cool.
The overall first impressions of the movie, the show was really good. It was really good. I liked it. I like that they picked up from well, not picked up, but they showed like what happened after he got swallowed by that beast. That was dope to see.
Yeah, that was cool. He said, "Oh, you're dead. Well, I'll take your oxygen."
Yep. Yeah, that was wild.
Hey man, look, I mean, he's not using it. He's not using it.
Yeah, like you don't need this.
Got no choice.
It's not wanting not
breathing no more, my nigga.
Right.
Yeah, that was dope.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is 2022, but I don't think we have a date.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a date, but that is supposed to be this year. And Ahsoka.
Yep. I don't know if they're shooting that now. I don't think they're shooting that yet.
I think
they are shooting Obi-Wan though. We know they're shooting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think they're actually closing it up soon. I don't think they're. Oh, okay. I think they're getting towards the end of it now.
Oh, okay, cool. Shoot, that you know what? That might be. I don't know how long Boba Fett.
Oh, production is beginning early 2022. So
Ahsoka?
Yeah, so we may not get it till either late this year or early next year, probably. But it's probably going to follow that third season of Mandalorian, maybe.
I don't know where that's sitting.
Yeah, because I think they started shooting for that as well. So yeah, because season 3 of Mandalorian will premiere in what?
And maybe that'll get his like fall slot again this year.
No, that can't be right. This can't be right. This has to be wrong. Disney has confirmed that the Mandalorian season 3 will premiere in December 2021. No, that's not true.
I mean, we're past it now, so it's clearly false.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about.
That must be outdated. It might have just gotten pushed back because all the stuff.
I know some stuff did get pushed back, but I don't know. We also have other shows. You got to remember, like that Rangers of the New Republic and other stuff that's supposed to be coming too. So there's a lot of stuff going on with
more bad
Star Wars universe, and the Star Wars universe is a lot easier to turn into a Marvel universe because there's nothing.
There's the Andor show. I think Andor.
Yeah, the Andor show.
Yeah, from Rogue One.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a lot to Star Wars fans going to be eating pretty good soon as that stuff starts rolling out. So that'll be dope, man. That'll be really dope to see. Okay. Jahra, tell us about The Matrix. Me and Ian have not seen it.
All right.
I don't care about spoilers. So a spoiler drop can go here because we can spoil it.
I don't care about spoilers on the law.
You care about spoilers.
Yeah,
okay, well, you do.
I'm a Matrix fan.
Okay, it'll be
okay.
Well, all right, it'll be a non-spoiler one then. Okay. Let me jot this down. Non-spoiler, so I know.
Non-spoiler review. Yeah.
The little notes here. All right, so Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections. I enjoyed the movie a lot, actually. But let me preface this so for y'all and for listeners, viewers can understand what type of Matrix fan I am. I'm a Matrix fan that likes one and Matrix and the Matrix Reloaded equally for different reasons. And I have was it Revolutions? It's like the very bottom. That movie drags. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. You thought I put 3 drag more than 2?
Yes. Absolutely. A lot of story parts in the first half, just here and there. The war to Zion is cool, but it's just so long. I feel like they made it long on purpose, but it's not like super engaging at all parts. Like let's consider like Lord of the Rings Return of the King is. So let's say like something like that, for example. That's at the very end, and that goes on, but there's a lot of different things going on there. The Final Fight movie is cool and some Dragon Ball Z aspect. But anyway, 4, Resurrections. Without spoilers. The first 30 minutes, the movie, are very referential for the sake of it, but it does make sense with what's going on with Neo and this iteration of the Matrix and other characters. I think the way they go about it is hilarious. And I'm very glad I watched it at home on HBO Max so I can pause at parts and be like, what the fuck? They're doing this. I thought it was, I guess I'm the person that finds that direction of how they do referencing and stuff hilarious and shits on people. And I think half people that watch the first half and don't like it, they are in that camp and feel attacked. And that's all I'm going to say.
They feel attacked.
If you don't like that, I understand. Because that is like a like it or don't like it thing. And I think they really took risks with this one. So if you tap out of that, I understand. I get it. But once you get past that part, you get to the rest, the other 2/3 of the movie, it becomes a traditional Matrix movie. And there are still some callbacks to certain other characters or things. It does do some more world building because they do tell you how far after Matrix the Matrix Revolutions. They tell you how far in the future this movie is. I'm not really gonna say it here, just I want you to find out yourself. And so with that, we do learn about the real world and what other things have gone on there and how things have expanded since then. You know, we ain't using no pay phones to go back and forth. We're not using them generic slide phones anymore to call the operators and all that. I did like the action. However, the action is not the caliber of especially the first movie. Definitely not the first 2 movies. I think it's partially because they may not have the same fight choreography for people as they did with the original trilogy. And also, Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss are older. They're both like in their 50s. But they do look good, and they still got moves and this and the other. It's just not the caliber of the first few. And I think it's good to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're trash. Some do think they're trash. But I think there's a good scene with Neo and some others that's good. Morpheus is interesting. I think I'm of 2 minds in how they handle his character, and I think it's mostly okay. You're muted. Yeah.
Whoops.
Yep.
I didn't want any background noise coming in because my pets are out there going crazy.
Gotcha.
Do you know about the Morpheus thing, Ian?
No.
I see. Okay, I guess it's
well.
Is that a spoiler?
That's not a spoiler. If you've seen enough for the trailers and stuff,
I know that it's not him.
It's
not Mark. What's his name?
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, so it's a different dude. So is that like a jarring thing? Because I've heard some bad stuff for that so far.
Jarring?
Does it throw you off a lot?
I'm assuming there's an explanation for why.
There's an explanation.
Well, I'm sure there is. But I'm just wondering.
And for that reason, it's not that jarring to me.
I'm of 2 minds of it. The jarring aspect is more so, I think it's because still that first third of the movie, they still go heavy on the referential stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's kind of tongue in cheek on some things, but it's left in that first third. After that, it becomes a movie. And that Morpheus. They do talk about the original Morpheus.
Oh, they do.
Once you get to the real world, they do talk heavy about him. Now, does not they don't explain. I think it makes the Matrix Online game non-canon somehow, which is weird because Morpheus dies in that game, and they supposedly back then it was theorized it was canon for the movie wider Matrix stuff. But I don't think that's canon anymore. But they do talk about the original Morpheus in the real world, and I'll leave it at that. But I think as far as like the main story, so I think it's good as far as Neo and the reason why he's in the Matrix and how that happened is intriguing. I do like Jessica Henwick's character, Bugs. think she's cool. I wish she got a couple more action scenes, but overall, she's a cool character. And there's a couple of things about her I was a bit surprised in a good way to learn about, which was cool. It was cool. Neil Patrick Harris's character, the analyst, is also intriguing. But yeah, the last third is action packed as you expect, and it goes about in a different way. The ending, honestly, they could just not make any other Matrix movie after this, and it's fine. And I said that about 3.
That's what I'm saying.
All them years ago.
Same way about 3.
Yeah, but I feel like this movie's existence is good. I think like it's good to get back in the world, learn about how some of the characters, were faring during that time.
This feels like more a better closure.
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, and as a matter of, and I think some theories. I forgot. We never talked about actual theories this movie, but I think if you had certain theories of what characters would be like at the end, you may be correct, may not be correct. But if they didn't make a 5th one, that's fine. However, I think Warner Brothers I don't know how well this did in the theaters because Omicron happened and the split HBO Max showing. I think they got a lot of views on HBO Max, but theaters, no. But I don't know. If they did a 5th one, I think no, I'm not gonna talk about the 5th one. But yeah, 4th one, I liked it. I have it on par with Reloaded. But not as good as the first one. They do have talky bits in it too. But I like the talky bits.
I think a lot of people didn't like Reloaded because there was too much talky bits. And I personally
there's no big architect scene. I'll say that. There's nothing is
like that.
Fake woke is that. There's nothing like that.
I like the architect scene.
I mean, I liked it too, but I know some don't like it because it's like it feels like it's talking over you versus to you. Yeah. And some people find that pretentious. And when I first saw it as a kid, it
did feel pretentious.
When I first saw the kid, I thought it was pretentious too. I was like, I
watched it like several times before I understood what the guy.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's just the way it goes about is very pretentious.
Yeah, he uses all these big words just to throw you.
Yeah, the characters that do kind of talk at you, it's not really anything super deep. In my opinion, I don't think it's super deep. But it's kind of interesting how they go about it. Overall, it's enjoyable. I liked it. I like this scene. The Matrix world's back. The ending feels like a true epilogue, though. More of an epilogue than 3, though. But yeah. If they do make another movie, I do hope they focus on some of the side characters more so than just Neo and Trinity characters. Because I feel like they can explore more with Bugs, Jessica Henwick as Bugs, and oh god, I forgot old buddy's the actor's name. The dude that played Black Manta. That dude. He's the new Morpheus. Yeah. The new Morpheus. Yeah, basically him. Yeah, folks like him more too and stuff like that. That would be cool.
His name Sharif.
I definitely think you should watch it though. But if the first 30-40 minutes you don't like it, I understand.
I'm a super.
I don't think it's for everyone.
The whole thing.
I don't think it's for. Yeah, I think the hard 180s on it is because of how they lean into that in the universe, but it makes sense. I think it makes sense for what they're doing. But if you don't like it, I understand, and that's fine. I think this is a truly like black and white, love it or hate it movie. I do think it is that. I don't think there's gonna be many that will be, oh, it's okay. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Did you feel a lack of the other Wachowski sibling?
I don't know. Honestly, I just think like the fight choreography wasn't as strong, and I think that's mostly just because they had different actors. Not saying they can't fight, but I honestly feel like they just didn't have the same fight choreographers that they had for the first few movies. And I think they did that purposely also just because of maybe this movie has a smaller scope. It doesn't feel smaller scope. The CGI is still very, very, very good. But I also think they just took into consideration Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss being older. I do 100% think that's the case. Okay. Like, they still can move around and do some stuff, but it's not as like I don't think we're having no like genre media entertainment defining moments from this movie. Yeah. But I think it's thoroughly for Matrix fans to watch. We've seen the original trilogy. They do. I think it's good to remember the trilogy if you go into this after not seeing a lot of the movies or you just don't remember stuff, then I think a lot of those people might be the 30, 40 minute in beginning part that jump off. They might be like, what the fuck? It's just so different.
Yeah.
But once you get past that and you get to the real world proper, it's a Matrix movie going forward. So yeah, I really did enjoy it though. I really liked it. I really did wish I saw it in theaters though. Really wish I did. Really wish I did. But overall, I enjoyed it. Not as good as the original, of course. That's still the pedestal. I like 2 as much as 1 for action stuff, but 1 is like for pure raw, like as a movie, it's just really good. Like being in, it's just a good ass movie. 2, we know has some flaws. There's definitely some slower parts, but I feel like the Smith fight scene and the Chateau scene, top notch shit. I talk about to this day. This one doesn't quite have those. Maybe like in a couple of parts that are like memorable. But yeah, well, I enjoy it. I say watch it. I think it's a good movie. For those to say it's a bad movie, I get it. I'm not really gonna fight against you. So maybe we'll talk about this again later this month.
Yeah. Because I need to spend a cool amount of time because I do want to rewatch the first 3 before I watch this. So
yeah, they're all still on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
That's commitment. I'm just gonna watch this shit and wing it. I Google something if I forget.
Oh man.
I mean, I watched everything already. I'm not as big a Matrix fan as y'all. Like, I like it, but I don't.
They do flashbacks in parts of it. There's some things that you have to catch real quick. But
just text Jahra. Like, hey, bro, what the fuck you talking about?
You'll taste movies as shit, bro.
Yo.
Maybe. I never said I was no film critic. I like what I like.
No. Yeah. That's all we're here to share our opinions. This is it. We're not doing nothing else. We're doing what everybody else doing.
Yup.
Doing what everybody else doing. I just wanted to know about it. I'm curious. I will take the time to sit down and watch it eventually. It's the Matrix.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what's up, man. Well, y'all let us know what y'all think about that, man. I'm curious to see more reactions because I've seen stuff both ways on the Matrix so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, let's end this up with Hawkeye. We got a week off in between, but we are back here. We're gonna finish up this Hawkeye 5 and 6. You guys saw it didn't make any of our top 5s, but that doesn't mean it was bad. But yes, it didn't rank that high. But yeah, Hawkeye 5 and 6, another spoiler drop for you all. Definitely be spoilers.
Spoilers. We'll say if we were doing just shows, it would be there.
I haven't. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I saw I put in the chat. I put. I think I put Loki. What if WandaVision equal to Hawkeye? Because I wasn't sure at the moment. I don't know.
You think?
I think WandaVision has a much stronger start than the ending, but I think Hawkeye had a slower start. But from episode 3 to the end, I think that's really consistent. I think episodes 3 to 6 at the end, I think that's the most consistency of all the shows. I want to say, in my opinion, I think so. But again, WandaVision was early last year. Hawkeye was a week or 2 ago. So there could be recency bias. There could be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front. There could be recency bias.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Because all right, what are the shows? We got Hawkeye this year. We got Loki. We got What If. We got WandaVision. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Those are the ones. 5.
Oh well, there's only 5, so of course it's
4 live action.
Yeah.
Top 5.
It has to be top 3, I guess, or whatever.
I don't think it's in my top 3 out of those 5. Hawkeye's in your top 3 out of those 5?
Yes. For me.
What's your 3 then? What's your 3 on shows?
Loki, What If, Hawkeye, and then I got WandaVision right after that.
Wow. Draw?
I don't know yet. I have to think about it more. I had it equal to WandaVision.
And I will say that I think there might be some recency bias as far as Hawkeye and WandaVision.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I put equal because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's 4. Slow start, but consistent 3 to 6 episodes, 3 to 6. But okay, let's just roll right. Let's just get right into it. Let me let's just do that. All right, cool. So I took some notes of things that happened. I'm not gonna waste too much time with this. We're already getting close to 2 hours. So the main things about episode 5, I think are really good. So we get a cold open. We get the backstory of Yelena, which we think is sometime after the Black Widow movie, but I think it's before. It's definitely before the post credit scene of Black Widow, where he's talking to Val and she tells her about Hawkeye, or Clint, I should say, Clint Barton. Yeah, so basically we find out that she and another ex Black Widow are running around. They're basically just going to free the other widows with their little red fairy dust stuff. And she goes to one chick's house and they kind of fight out and they hit her with it. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And Yelena's just like, "Oh, you're good." She's like, "Yeah, I've been good for a minute. I'm just doing. I'm basically a for hire person with money." And then Yelena goes and she's like, "Okay, well, shit." And she goes to the bathroom. And then we find out she gets snapped/blipped. And I think that's the first time we really see from the character's perspective and see around them what happens. So when she gets
we saw that with Monica too a little bit.
We did, but we only saw her.
We only saw her come back. Like she was there with her mom, and then she kind of woke up.
Oh, we didn't see it before and after.
This was like she was interacting with people. She walked into the bathroom, shit went crazy, and she was looking at herself like the fuck. And then for her, like seconds later, she comes back in the same place, but everything's different. That was a dope ass transition. It
was really cool. I had to back it up when I first watched. I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool."
I watched it like 2-3 times. I was like, "That was really good."
Yeah. They killed that. Yeah. So interior change, paint, wallpaper, etc. So and she's like, "What the fuck?" And she walks out, and then you see the other chick that the other ex-widow that she was gonna save. I don't remember her name. She was just like, "Oh man, you're back, Yelena. What happened?" It's like, "Oh, I was in the bathroom." She's like, "You're there for you were gone for 5 whole years." Like, yeah, that's a snap. And then we see her say, like, "Well, I need to find Natasha. Where's Natasha?" And then it just goes into the intro. And I was like, "Oh man, crazy."
I got crazy. Let her know I'm okay. And I'm like, "Well, the only reason you're here is because
she's not okay."
Yeah, she gone, cuz she gone. Yeah, so that's that. She's still wearing the same jacket that Natasha gave her at the end of Black Widow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, and then so we go from that. Yep. And so this is when Kate goes back home because like Clint's like, "Yo, just go home, bro. It's getting dangerous. Black Widow's around." And she tells her mom and everything. Mom's just like, "Oh, it's good you're back here." And then Kate's basically pretty much just like, "I need you to please promise you look into Sloan Limited and look into Jack because he might be in cahoots with that." And Kate's mom is like, "All right, cool. I'll do that." And we cut to we see Kazi and Maya's stuff after the rooftop fight. Kazi's treating Maya's wounds. And then Maya's kind of like, "Well, things might be bigger than I thought they would be." And then Kazi's like, "Yeah, you need to be more careful." But then they both pretty much agree that they're going to plan to just capture and kill Ronin and that'll be the end of it. Like, no more after that. And Maya's like, "All right, cool, we'll do that." And we see why one of the best parts of this episode 5, Kate goes back to her crib. Or her little place, she's just her little hangout spot. She's looking around for stuff, and then she hears like a noise, and she looks around, and you just see Yelena. She just walks up, and then like Kate throws I think the sriracha bottle at her or some shit, and Yelena just catches it. She's like, "All right," and it's all that stuff, and they have like pretty much girl talk. Then we learned that Kate and Yelena, both actresses, they have really good chemistry, just being on in the same set, the same shot, whatever you want to call it. And they're basically just talking,
which is very poetic.
It is. I really,
because of Clint and
in the exactly. Yep, that's the exact parallel. Like it just.
And I'm glad that it worked out that way. That it looks genuine on the screen. Like it didn't look like a forced relationship. Yeah, it really looked.
And every scene that they're in together, you get those kind of
vibes.
Like when Natasha and Clint would fight each other.
Yes,
you got the same. It was the same feeling. It was nice.
Exactly.
Like, are we really gonna do this? All right, fine. Like, yeah.
Like, dang it, yeah. Especially the final episode. It's like, oh crap.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. So Yelena basically comes there. She's doing like small talk. It's like, hey, I made some boxed macaroni and cheese. Like, you want some? It's like, in case like, oh, I love mac and cheese. Of course, I would want some. And just goofy stuff here and there. Or Yelena's like, you only have one fork. And in case like, yeah, I'm one person. I thought that was hilarious. It's such a stupid thing, but I thought it was hilarious. And so they mention other random things here and there, or it's just kind of like, oh, well, I'm here in New York City, as I know a lot about you, Kate Bishop. In case like, stop saying my full name, it sounds weird. She's like, oh, whatever. I want to see the new improved Statue of Liberty. That's a No Way Home reference, which is wild. They did that. And then basically when they sit down, and Kate's just like, yeah, I'm not telling you anything. Why are you actually here? And she's like, oh, well, I'm here to find Clint and kill him. And Kate's like, why would you want to do that? Clint's a good person, essentially. Like, and then kind of looks at her. She kind of looks at her like, man, you really like a stan. You like a fangirl for this. Like, you even really know him or what he's done to kill my sister? This, that, and the other. And like all the trail of bloodshades left behind. And Kate's like, oh, I can't let you do that. I'm not gonna tell you where he's at. And it's like, honestly, I don't know where he is now, which is true because Clint definitely told her to go home. And then Yelena's like, all right, cool. It's like, I enjoy a little girl talk, but next time, please don't get in my way. She didn't really say I'm gonna kill you, but she was like, just don't get in my way next time, Kate Bishop, because I like you. You're cool. And she also said she was cool because she like saved Pizza Dog and I guess points, whatever. So yeah, that's the end of that scene. Great chemistry. Hopefully that's more to come in just the future of the MCU in general. And we see Clint go up to the Grill's place. Fraser's just going there to ask to chill and to get the new suits. But then Grill's like, oh man, it's like, no, we'll do that for you tomorrow. It's all good. Kate come back home to her actual home where she grew up, and then she finds out that Jack's like in the middle of getting arrested. She's like, oh man, like to the mom, and then her mom is there, like she kind of looks like she's like fake sad and say, like she's kind of like, I did this, but And Jack's like, don't worry, honey, I'll be back by the Christmas party tomorrow. It's no problem. They'll clear my name. This is this. And Kate hugs his mom. She's, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I know you love him, but we just have to do this, right? And Kate's mom's like, yeah, I guess so. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And then we cut to another scene's daytime where Clint's walking outside. He goes to like a memorial for the Avengers Battle in New York, and then sees all their names. And she sees, Natasha's name is Black Widow. And he's kind of talking to, like he's talking to her, remembering some reflection. And he's like, yeah, Nat, like he's pretty much just like, yeah, I'm sorry what I'm gonna have to do. I promise you I wouldn't do this, but I have no choice at this point. And he kind of goes away. And it leads us to believe he's gonna become a Ronin for one last time. And in the midst of that too, Kate's in the room. She's kind of like still kind of frustrated that Clint told her just go home. So she kind of does her little goofy calling Clint a bunch of times to tell her, hey man, Jack got arrested. The Sloan shit might be wrapped up. This is this. But she keeps getting the voicemails. And then she's like, whatever, I'll deal with it for now. We see a scene with the tracksuits. They're like driving. That banter is goofy because they're talking about like movies where like mobsters are also in tracksuits, like in Godfather and other stuff like that. It's just goofy. It's the two main dudes. The main dude and the other dude who was talking to Kate a few episodes back where, oh, my girlfriend, I want to go see whatever, the band. Yeah,
that was funny, man. That was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
It worked.
Yeah, like
I just want to let you know that it worked.
What's the gun? What's with the?
I don't know.
it's like I mean, it's a job, man.
Yeah. But as they're driving in the truck and they park, the arrow just shoots through their windshield and it's this little message pop out, and it's basically just a Clint shot, and he's basically saying like, tell Maya to meet where we first met, etc. Basically the parking lot outside of that first place. And Clint also calls to tell his wife Laura Barton that he's gonna have to just take care of his stuff one more time. He didn't really say I'm gonna be Ronin again, but she picked it up.
She picked it up, yeah.
But it also throughout these last few episodes, the back 3 episodes, it kind of was leading that Laura Barton was more than what meets the eye, basically. We get that in the finale. Yeah. And they talk about the watch, like, he basically calls like, I'm gonna have to take care of this because they're targeting our family and this ain't good. And I feel like the big guy, he's saying the big guy might be in cahoots as well. Yeah, so that's a missed all that. So fast forward tonight, Maya's like the play. She's gonna meet Clint. He comes out with the Ronin. He got the sword. You know, Kazi's posted up, acting like a sniper. But then Clint gets to him. He knocks him out before he even goes down to Maya. And then he's like, they have their fight. Good fight. And basically, Clint knocks her down, and they do sign language. And he's basically just like, look, if you try to threaten me and my family again, we're only going to come after you for real, for real. And Echo's like, well, fuck you. Or Maya's like, well, fuck you. You still killed my dad. And he's like, let me explain. We find out here, we basically find out that he only killed her based off an order from somebody in her group. And he alludes to King. He doesn't say Kingpin, but he says your boss sent an informant to tell me to kill your dad. I didn't do it off my own volition. She's like, you're lying. And he's like, nah, I'm not capping. I'm telling the truth. You need to ask some of your peoples and see what they say when I tell you this.
Yeah, I'm an assassin, man, for hire. I don't do this on a personal term.
Ain't nothing personal, man. I ain't know your daddy like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? He might have been hype. It ain't matter. I had a check
exactly. Yep. And so Maya pretty much just get pissed. She's like, no, I mean, she's kind of like body language, like, no, sign language, like, no, you're lying. So she kind of kicks the sword away while she's on the ground. It kind of knocks him down. It has a sword at him. And she was like about to stab him, like legit was about to stab him. Then we see a straight arrow come out of nowhere and shoot away. Yep, blink. And we see it's Kate. Yep, and then Maya runs away. And then Kate meets up with Clint, and they're like, Clint's like, how'd you get me? He's like, you tracked me. It's like, yeah. And then you found out she took an Uber car as well. Yeah. So that's that. And then once they ride in the car, Kate tells Clint, yeah, that Black Widow her name was Yelena. She's believed to be Natasha's sister. And he's like, oh shit. Natasha's mentioned her sister. That's okay, that's crazy. And they walk away, and they're kind of basically they have a scene that I kind of like before they go up to Grills' house again, where they're walking, and they're walking away from the camera, like they're walking out of the car to continue walking. Clint kind of gives an arrow to Kate, like backhand, like give her an arrow, and then Kate kind of holds it, and then Clint just holds it there for a minute. And there's a reveal, and he lets it go. I think that's supposed to be like an apology from the episode before, saying like, "Oh, this is too above you." But the fact that he figured out where she figured out where he was and saved his ass, it was like almost like a rite of passage almost. I feel like that was like a low key. All right, I accept you as a partner instead of just a little protege.
You had my back there.
You jumped out. You jumped out the car and came went crazy, man. All right, you about it.
Yep.
We're gonna do some crazy shit. All right, come on.
Yep. Yeah, and then we get to the third to last scene. With Kazi and Maya.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, they deal with that. Like Maya's kind of like in another area abandoned, and then Kazi catches up with her, and he basically like, and she's like, what happened? He's like, oh, I got knocked out. Sorry, that happened to any other. She's like, okay. And she basically signs and says like, where were you that night my father died? He's like, oh, and he's kind of like, oh, I don't know. I was I just had another job. I wasn't sure. She's like, okay.
I didn't get the invite or something. And
I didn't get the invite.
How you didn't get the invite and you like number 2, nigga? How you ain't
right?
You ain't get the invite, man.
Right. Like some kind of don't add up here. Yeah, it's a little fishy. And then we go to broad daylight again. Literally the next day. I'm assuming it's Christmas Eve. That next day, you see Yelena kind of walking around in broad daylight. She's wearing like her little regular fit, winter fit, and you see her kind of low key trailing Eleanor, Kate's mom. You see her going to a building. I think it's the same building from the very first episode where they had the party and this and the other. She just goes in there, and you kind of see her kind of look like Yelena kind of looks over to where she entered, and she kind of looks up to. I'm thinking it's the side of a building, which is alluding to what we find out next. And then we see daylight at Grills' place. It's Grills, Clint, Kate, and I think a couple of the LARPers are there too. They're just kind of like, chummy, like, yeah, we're chilling, this and the other. And it's like, okay, cool. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna figure out what happens next. They're just talking, and Pizza Dog's there too. They're feeding the dog pizza, of course. And then Kate kind of glances at her phone. She gets like a text from Yelena, who's like, basically like, hey, I found out who hired me. It's Eleanor Bishop, and that's her mom, obviously. And then she sends a picture, and she's like, Kate's like, she's kind of looked shook, and Clint notices, and he's like, yo, what happened? He's like, do you know who this is? And we see like an off-screen picture, which of course all Netflix Daredevil fans freak the fuck out. We see a picture of Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin again. Ah!
Wilson
Cool.
Fisk.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk is back. And then after that, they play the You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch theme song, the credits. Perfect. All right, cool. It's been 2 weeks, so I can finally. That's my.
I was like,
that's my condensed version of 2 weeks.
Yeah, I freaked out when I saw that. I was like,
Yeah.
I've been holding that one in, boys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And at that point, I was finally watching Daredevil season 3. I just forgot about over the past 3 years. Fantastic. Okay, so that's episode 5. Really good. A lot of interesting discoveries. Great action. I mean, the show's it's just consistently good at this point, in my opinion. Okay, so that's episode 5. We're now going to episode 6. Let me get my notepad up. This is more comprehensive, but again, we're not going to spend too much time. All right, so this episode actually was. They kind of did what I hoped they would do. The runtime was like just at an hour. Now, the whole thing is an hour because credits and all that, but it was an hour. It's the longest episode of the show. It's the finale. We get the intro, and then we just enter Wilson Fisk. We get him walking. He has the cane, and all right. So I'll say this. I know you'll know this too. So how Vincent D'Onofrio is playing this character, like mannerisms, speaking, body language, exactly like the Daredevil Netflix, which is fantastic. Fantastic. So he meets Kate's mom. He's just like, hello, Miss Bishop. That's how he talks. He's great. It's awesome. So, hello, Miss Bishop. And then when the Eleanor comes in there, and this is pretty much where Yelena more than likely climbed the building and caught a picture of them there talking. Yeah. And so basically this Eleanor just kind of talking to him. She's basically just confirming, hey, I'm a villain, bro, to us, the viewers. But she's basically telling him like, hey, like she ordered the hit on Armand in episode 1, Jack's uncle, I believe. Yeah, that she ordered the tracksuits to kill his ass. So they can Jack need all the money and they're getting married so they can get more money. That's basically the whole thing of that. And she framed Jack to get him take the fall for the Sloan investigation.
Plot twist, he's not a bad guy.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that too. That's actually one of the craziest twists. We'll get to
kind of my guy, man. You're a cool dude.
Yeah, dude. That was man. We're gonna get
me hating on this nigga, man.
I have it here too. We're gonna get to. Yeah. So yeah, and basically Eleanor just coming to Fisk being like, hey, I know I did all this and the other. We have a great working relationship. However, my daughter's getting too close into this, and I kind of want to back out of all this. And Fisk is like, yo, you can't just do that. This is part of what we built here. You just can't just walk away. She's like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And Fisk is like, damn it. And he's just like, you can't just, I cannot let the Bishop woman get away. Basically like that. And he talks to Kazi's there. Yes, Kazi's there. And then we get to the scene where, Clint Kate is all, they're in Grill's apartment. This is after they talk about the picture from her phone. And Clint's just like, yo, this is who I was worried about. This is the big guy. It's the Kingpin. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, we need to figure this out. And Kate's like, oh, dear God, what the fuck? My mom is an actual crime boss. What the fuck? And then Clint's like, look, we're going to figure this out. You're my partner. We're going to get this done. And then Kate's like, oh, man, partner. Oh, shit. That's cool. My idol called me like equivalent to you. That's amazing. Yeah. And then we see another scene with Wilson Fisk, more Kingpin. Maya goes to see him. And he talks and signs to her as well a bit. But Kazi a little bit, not as much as like Kazi and some of the other characters, but Kazi is there to be the middle person, but he still talks and she can understand him still for reading lips and all that. But basically, Maya goes to Fisk, and she pretty much plays like, okay, you know what? I'm done looking for my father's killer. I think I'm done for now. And then Kingpin is just kind of like, really, just like that, you're done. She's like, yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, so I'm gonna give 2 days to just chill. And Kingpin's like, okay, just because you're pretty much like a niece to me, for family, I will allow it. That's fine. But as she walked away, Fisk kind of Kingpin. I'm gonna entertain Fisk and Kingpin. So apologies. But yeah, Fisk is like, he kind of turns around with Kazi. He kind of shows anger, but he's just like, the Bishop woman says she wants to leave, and Maya, I'm losing Maya and the thing. I need to get my hold on the city. And then like just like that, you see the intensity. I love his voice of King. I just love it.
I like it. Yeah,
It's great. Oh, it's great.
It's
It's
good,
great.
it's good.
And he has the cane. He's just like, ugh, fuck, what the fuck? And then that kind of sets the stage of we see a montage of Clint and Kate. You know, they're Clint's making more arrows, more trick arrows. Kate's labeling them. And she's like, oh, what's this one? He's like, most dangerous. She's like, okay, most dangerous, which is funny. She earlier on was like, yo, how the hell do you know what these arrows do? We need to label these shits. So that's cool. And it's also like a cool, like, he's also teaching her how to make arrows, which is great. Yeah, so we kind of, let's skip a little. It's not too much for it. I think it's like the next scene. It shows this where everything is about to go down for the finale. It's at that big Christmas party in the same building as episode 1. You know, we see Clint and Kate walk in. Kate has an actual decent, like she has a good dress on this time. And everything.
I'm glad they didn't make her do that.
I know, right? That was so whack.
I was like, yo, look. She don't even fit. It's not that she can't be a tomboy or anything like that. It's just she didn't fit in, bro. It didn't make sense. It was like, yo, come on.
She stuck out for real.
It was like, you're not blending into this at all. You should not be able to sneak around this high security underground black market auction looking like this. Man. Somebody should be like, hey, she don't belong.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, oh, okay, whatever, it's fine. So this pretty much Christmas party like redux like again. Yeah, so we see, and then we find out that Kazi's posted up on the building across the street, the sniper. You see other tracksuits around kind of the perimeter as well, different parts of the building. We later see, Kate later sees Yellow. We see Yellow coming as well, separate. She got this nice emerald green fit as well. She's kind of chilling. It's clear they're all wearing like bigger clothes to hide something underneath, like they're wearing. Yeah. And so, we find it out. And then Kate gets to her mom and is like, yo, we need to get you in a safe place, mom, because we hear someone's going to snipe your ass out. She's like, oh, whatever. And then we see Jack is at the party again, too, and he talks like a kid. I think it's like his nephew. And he's like, oh, yeah, everything is fine. This is this. And then, when Kate finds her mom
his little nephew. His little kid was an asshole.
rich little kid. Like, Uncle Jack, it doesn't matter what. Yeah, like, I hope you stay in jail because I would inherit everything. Right. He's like, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yo, little buddy is already ready to take the throne off, buddy, man. Yo, I'm ready to put a knife in your back, man. Somebody,
right?
little 25 already a villain.
25 hours. I was hoping it was 25 years.
Isn't he a fact?
Crazy shit. It was a little funny moment, but yeah. And then we see, again, Jack with Kate and her mom, and Kate's like saying, "Hey, we need to get you a safe place." And Jack's like, "What's happening? What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, whatever." And he has his sword with him, all goofy. And we find out, like we said earlier in this episode, Jack is literally he's just a nobody. He's just there. He's not so big. He's not like some key integral part of the crime show, Kingpin in the tracksuit. He's just there. He just so happens to be Kate's mom's fiance, who's rich and really he has a rich people hobby in like fencing and sword fighting. That's a rich people hobby. No one just picks up a sword and is like, I'm gonna learn this. Like, no, not many people just do that. But anyway, so we find that's that. But then
but he is still sword master, right?
In the comic, he is sword master based off, what I guess the comic readers know. I haven't read the comic of his character, but I've looked up pictures and he's like, it's the old 60s, 70s comic book thing where he is he calls himself swords master and he wears like a generic colorful sword master getup with the actual like medieval time sword. That's literally what he looks like. But here he's just a rich dude who has he fancies swordplay with swords. But
swordplay.
Yeah. And then Clint's walking around a bit, and asking KL when he sees this and the other, and then he sees a red dot on his chest. He's like, "Oh shit, duck!" He pushes one of the LARPers out of the way. The LARPers are there too, by the way. And they're acting as like waiters and waitresses.
Undercover missions. These niggas were really just randomly risking their lives.
They really were like, we are living our best life.
I thought Grills was gonna catch an L, man.
I was scared. I was terrified.
I was actually scared as well.
Oh shit!
I was scared as well because spoilers for the comic: Grills does get killed by Kazi's character in the comic. That's why I was like, "Oh no, I'm afraid." But he's living. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we still
hands out of here, man.
Or he's gonna die later on in season 2 of the show.
You better fucking
Hey man, Ian, relax. Yo, what's up with you, bro? Like, why you?
Don't put that out there, man.
What?
Don't put it out there. He's a good side
Yes.
character. He's a good side character. We don't
Nigga
need
Ian
that
like, nah,
energy out
violence.
there.
Nah,
True violence. But no, and then there's chaos. You know, everyone's like, oh man, it's a shooter. This, and it just gets chaos basically.
Nigga Kazi don't give a fuck. He just shooting into the damn, like nigga just letting off into the building. You don't give a fuck who in there. You don't care who else might get caught. He like, yo, she gotta die. I don't care who else. I didn't realize he was that wild with it. Like I thought he was like a little more subdued. Maybe is the word.
Yeah,
but nah, he was about it. He was like, nah, nigga, we with the shits actually.
Yeah. We shooters. Yeah. So when the chaos happens, and you go back to the scene where Jack was left in that little, I guess, a kitchen area or whatever, and he hears the noise and he's like, oh. This is probably like the one of the most standout goofy parts of the episode. He's like, it's my time to shine. He takes out the sword and walks away. I was like, oh no, what are you doing? You're gonna get killed, bro. You're gonna get killed. But yeah, he does that, which is, that's that. And then so we there's different cuts of what's going on. So we see Clint, he pretty much tries to go through different parts of the building. He goes to a different floor to find where Kazi is sniping from the other building across the way. We see Kate. She sees Elena kind of walk away quickly to get out of there, to not be seen. She follows her, and she goes to the elevator, and she's just like, "It's like, yo, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, I gotta go kill Clint Barton." She's like, "No, let's just go out and like enjoy the city. This is that and the other." She's like, "Yeah, I will, Kate Bishop." As soon as I kill Clint Barton, he's like, "No," and so she's like, "Don't follow me." She goes in the elevator, and Kate just looks at her. She's like, she goes in the elevator with her, and it's like they're both standing there. It's like you can see like the goofy awkwardness they have. It's just like. Kate's just being annoying to Yelena. And Yelena's just like, she put the elevator to go up, and then Kate tries to press, she slaps her, and it's like, no. She slaps her arm again. Mm-mm. And then like they do like a thing where they like, she tries to like, it's funny, but since it's
I love all of that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Every no,
I love
it. Was corny. Too. It was corny because
it was the right kind of corny.
But it was so good.
Yeah, it's because they like work together.
When she told Kate, like, yo, don't like if I see don't get in my way again. She said it, but she didn't really say it.
Yeah, she was saying like I'm gonna kill your ass menacing.
Like Kate knew that, so Kate immediately is like, she's like, yo, don't get in my way. And the first thing I'm gonna do is follow you in this elevator, actually, and just get on nerves. And now I'm hit all the buttons.
Right? Yeah. They tussle. They tussle there, like Yelena like does like a little flip to her real quick, and like she rips away her clothes. So you had under there. You did it on purpose, like maybe. And she hits, like you said, she hits all the buttons in typical cartoon, goofy, antic fashion. And Ellen's like, oh, you're so annoying, Kate Bishop.
That shit was hilarious. I'm sorry. She should not have been able to do that, but I was laughing. I thought
that was really funny. It's such an easy, predictable gag, but it worked.
It was good, man. It was so good.
It worked there. And then then basically as soon as they get to a different floor, they're like scrapping out as well. They get off Yelena's, and she's got the all black espionage Black Widow fit. I liked her hair too. She had like the whole braid.
The braid was dope.
Natasha Romanoff braid, and they both look good.
The way it was just swinging at you.
It was good, man.
Yelena is a good new Black Widow, man. I really like her, man.
I really want to.
Black Widow.
I want to know her. She's up here next in MCU for sure. Yeah, so they do their little antics, and then in the midst of that, I'm going to my notes here. Clint finds where Kazi's sniping from. He just glances, and he shoots at one of the purple. It was just a smoke arrow. I had to look at it when I was going through my notes. It's just a smoke arrow. It's just purple because Hawkeye equals purple. Yeah, so he shoots a smoke arrow, and he's like, oh, she coughs and gets out of there. And then he's kind of going through and so basically in the midst of that, Kate and Yelena have antics. It was a cool scene where they're like going from one side of the building on that floor to the other, and we see like the outside framing from the windows. We see they're fighting, scrapping. They're like fighting, but they're not trying to like go at each other's throats. We're just kind of like throwing each other away, like, no, don't get in my way, this and the other. It's just that stuff is happening. And then they get to the end. And then Kate was just, and then I think Kate finally knocks her down, and Yelena's like, "Oh God, that actually hurt." So that was a good one. And he's like, "Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I did it right." And she's like, "I'm gonna kill Clint Barton." She just goes shoot the thing out the window, and she jumps down. And Kate's like, "No!" And she's like, "Clint, he's coming!" And she does the cool like building straight slide down while slide down the grapple, whatever. it's a Black Widow move she does basically.
Yeah.
And Clint's like, oh shit. And Clint, like in the last second, because they're at a higher floor than where Clint's at. Clint hears and she's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh wait. And he like backs up and then Yelena misses the shot. And she's like on the building. She's like, oh shit. And she just kind of slides down, just keeps it moving. Yeah, and then Kate falls down. Like Kate kind of looks at the little the grapple thing that she had shot, the Yelena shot to go on the other side towards the go down the building, and Kate's like trying to psych herself, and she's like, "Ah, shit, I've never done this. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be scary." So she just does it, and then she jumps down it. Oh, sorry. And then she jumps down it, and she's like screaming the whole time. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like sliding down, and somehow she doesn't bust her ass. Like when she slips, like 25 feet, 30 feet above the landing, she got ankles. She got ankles of steel, bro. All right. So I definitely was like, "Oh, that's a wrap."
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, so that's that. Well, you know, the less believable parts of the episode. Yeah, so that happens. In the midst of that too, then when she gets down there, she kind of gets up and she starts finding some of the tracksuits, like with the actual bow and some shooting some arrows. She literally shoots some of the arrows at them and they get shot like in the chest.
Yeah, like
and then in that one tracksuit we mentioned earlier from episode 5, he's there, and that's when he's like, "Oh, hey. Yeah, I'm the one, you know, your advice, it works." Like, "Oh, really? That's great. That's awesome." It's like, she loved oh god. She loved Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
And she loved Maroon 5. Yeah, and he's great. And she like does a flip. But he doesn't kill him. She doesn't kill him, but she's not. And that's
what's
that.
with the gun though, man? Come on. Okay.
Yeah, like what's with the gun?
You and your girl doing good. You could have just stayed home tonight. You know, you just I can't even make it, guys. I can't even make it tonight, guys. I got a date. You know,
right, that's what man.
You know how it is. Y'all know how it is, man. I can't come to the crime tonight, man.
Bro. Wild.
Come on, look out for me, dog.
It's wild. And then when we're down there, Kate sees Jack is fighting some other tracksuit with the sword. He actually got sword moves and like slicing them up. I mean, it's Disney Plus. We don't see blood and gore and gashing, but he's doing the whole and they flip and they die and fall down. That type of stuff. But he out there moving. I was like, okay, Jack got moved a little bit. The sword, okay. And then we sit in the building. Clint goes over. He shoots one arrow to the building and kind of like slides over to where Kazi is, and they kind of do a little quick fight. Clint hits him with one of them good ones. He hit that suplexes, boom, and he hits him, and that's it. Kazi out until the end of the episode. Well, not the end, like a little later. I'm not gonna say it's a little later. And then he just like, yeah, that was fun. And he just dips, and he shoots an arrow at some of the other tracksuits that are trying to approach. All the shit falls down on them. It's just all good shit. Clint doing this shit. He Hawkeye for real. He doing this shit.
He Hawkeye for real, yeah.
He doing this shit. And then we see another thing where Maya. So I'm gonna get to the Maya parts at the end, in my opinions, on Maya stuff in this episode. But yeah, we kind of get a glimpse of she kind of goes to her apartment. She's like packing stuff away in a bag, but it gives us the impression she's trying to run the fuck away on her own volition. So that's that. She runs away. And then later we cut to where Kazi is. He comes up to where it is, and they're like in another street, a little away from that building, but not too far. And Maya meets up with him. And I guess, according to people that know online, she's wearing kind of, sort of, more in line with her comic book looks, where it's like the dark like burgundy purple top and like the jet black pants and boots or whatever. And well, she has the prosthetic leg. But yeah, they fight. Kazi's like, "I don't want to fight you, Maya." And she's like, you know, "I don't want to. This is this." And they fight a little bit, but then Maya kind of knocked Kazi down a bit, and then Maya signs to him. It's like, "Yo, we can leave this together. I don't want to kill you. We can leave and do something else," which leads me to believe there might have been something romantic between them, but
I don't think so.
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe
I didn't get that. I think it's a brother-sister thing. It seems like they kind of grew up together, and she viewed him as more like a brother,
older brother, maybe.
Yeah, and it seemed like he do view her a little bit as a little sister. But he cares more about his life and his position, his status as the boss dude, or as a second in command type guy. He want to be the one who could take over for Kingpin in the future or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he cares about that more than how whatever he might care for Maya. So Kingpin say, "Yo, she got to go, smoke her." He like, "Yo, I love her, but I'll do it." It's like that type of thing for him. that's why I didn't think it was. Because I thought of that first, but I was like, I don't think that's anything romantic. I think it's just I think it's just like, yo, I want to go away. Like, this is my brother. Like, I want to move on. Because there's a
Come with
similar
me.
theme in Batwoman, so that's why I got.
Oh, okay.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this seems like very similar." Not that they were
Okay.
inspired by each other in any way. I'm just saying.
Oh, you just picked up that.
I just
quicker.
picked up
I
the
got
same
you.
vibe. It's like, oh,
Okay.
there's nothing
Okay.
romantic here. They just have a brother-sister relationship. The same way that in this, they have like a brother-sister type relationship is why it's the only reason she's extending this grace of like, yo, come with me. Because why else would you want to do that when someone's trying to kill you?
Right. Well, yeah, and you can also tell too, Kazi wasn't like trying to kill her. She was kind of just saying like, "Yo, I don't want to do anything to you, but I have to stop you from doing whatever you want to do." Yeah, and so that kind of leaves him there. Maya, I think she just kind of gets frustrated and just kind of runs away again. I think Kazi's just there. He's not dead or anything. He's just kind of there.
No, she like knocked him down, and then I think she drove off.
Stabbed him.
She
Yeah,
stabbed him. That's what it was. She stabbed him.
Oh yeah,
and
she
rode
did
off.
stab
Yeah,
him. I think in the
that's what it
gut
was, yeah.
area, right? So I don't think he's
not
dead.
enough to kill him. No, it wasn't enough to kill him, but just enough to
No.
slow him down and be like, "Yo, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Don't follow me. Don't come looking for me. Leave me alone." Which
Yeah. And pretty much, where he kind of rejects the whole runaway thing. He's like, "This is my life. I can't walk both lives like you're trying to do. And Kingpin won't let me." That type thing. Yeah. So in the midst of that too, go back to the Rockefeller Center area with the big ass Christmas tree. Clint, after he suplexes Kazi from there, he shoots another arrow to get out, and he falls into the tree. And he's stuck in the tree, like he's grabbing the middle of the tree. And he sees like an owl, which that comes into play later. Lighthearted, Christmassy Marvel type thing. So say I'll chop it up to that. And then Kate's like, "Clint, what are you doing in the tree?" He's like, "Oh, I'm stuck. It's whatever. It's whatever." He's like, "Oh, no problem. We'll get the LARPers to come out and help." And it's like the LARPers. And then you hear Grills down. He's like, "Yo, we need to go help Clint." Kane's like, "Yeah, we should." I think the black chick is like, "Yo, we should suit up." And it's like, "Suit up." And they like go away and they do like a slow-mo walkout. And I'm not gonna lie, they're actual LARPers. They get up. It was kind of official for what they were doing. I was like, okay, dang, old girl definitely did the thing. They got the armor, the leather, that type of stuff. They walked out and they're like, yeah, we're cool. And then they're like, "Yo, we gotta help everyone get out the building. This is this." And then Clint looks down and sees them do that, and he's like, "Yo, we're all
gonna die."
Like, oh, this is about to be it. But then Kate sees him and it's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you out the tree. I'm gonna shoot the tree down." Clint's like, "No, wait, no, Kate, don't do that." She's like, "Don't worry, I'm got it." And he's like, "No, stop what you're doing." And she shoots like an acid arrow at the bottom. Timber, it falls down onto the skating rink, the ice skate rink. And so Clint's there. He's fine, of course. Just like how Kate was fine, sliding down the building and dropping down like 20, 25 feet.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Perfectly fine.
We're not here to question things, bro.
Hey man, I'm just saying. Man, they're on the skate rink, and then that's when there's like tons of tracksuit dudes, even more than we ever seen come out of nowhere. They kind of surround it. They're like, "All right, well, let's figure this out." And we get the cool seeing them both just shooting like all the trick arrows. Like they shot all the trick arrows. They shot like a sonic arrow to blast them away, an ice arrow and freeze one dude's leg, which I think that sucks. He could have easily made one false move and that's it. Your leg.
Yeah, that's it.
Leg gone.
They shoot like a needle. I call it a needle arrow, where like it has like these needles that shoot out and just shout up the other dude. Trank arrow. And just they do all cool stuff. The dudes that get on the skating rink, they like slow-mo fighting with the shooting close range shots, like hitting with the bow, just cool shit. This is a cool scene overall.
The long range shit. They used the reverse Pym arrow.
I
like that. The reverse Pym arrow when the truck came over, she said, "Phew," and then she got small. And he's like, "Well, what happens to him?" She's like, "I don't know. We're gonna have to call
Sky. Let that
Sky. Yeah, he's gonna call Sky.
Yeah. Nice little Ant-Man reference there. Yep. And then of course the owl that Clint saw in the tree comes up, scoots them away. And that's that. Yeah. They're gone now. They're part of the owl universe. They're gone.
Yeah, the owl multiverse, man.
The owl multiverse. Oh, bro. It's funny. It's just
imagine that's one of your realities is you get eaten by an owl, bro. Like it's how did I even get in that position, man? Like, yo.
That shit's nutty. Yeah, bro. So then after that happens, Kate's like, "That was great, Clint." It's like, well, we need to figure out where my mom is. He's like, "Yeah, you do that. I'll just take care of stuff here." He does like a not looking away shot that explodes in the background. Dope shit. And then Kate goes off. And then we see Kate's mom trying to escape with like I guess some guy with her. And then she gets in the car and sees the driver dude's dead. And then like the dude with him is like, "Oh," and he falls in the back. She's in the car. She's like, "Oh shit." And then the car door rips off. And me, I'm like, yo, okay, this is a comic book Kingpin.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like this definitely showed how strong and big.
This is
like,
the start.
Even like a lot of the angles that they chose for in the beginning between the mom and Kingpin.
Man, look even bigger.
It made him look even bigger. I was like, okay,
it was good shot. They were good shots. Yeah. I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio, I mean, with first role, he becomes a stocky dude for sure, but he's not like comically huge Kingpin like in everything else. And and he rips the door off, and he's got like this. He's got this good. So this fit is actually from the comic. It's an all white suit with the red button up Hawaiian shirt with the hat. That's strictly from a Spider-Man run called like Family Business. That's a direct reference, and we find out later when after the episode's run and Vincent does all his little interviews with people, he said that was his request to when he returned to the character, he wanted to dress up like that as a pay homage, and that's cool. So and he rips off the car door, and it's like, oh shit, this Kingpin powered up. We got superhuman strength. Which is awesome because the Netflix stuff, it was just more like he was just durable dude, but he was just he was still a dude. And he was just savage. This one,
he's that nigga.
He's that dude. So and then we see Kate like, and he's about to like reach after like here, Miss Bishop, let's talk. And then Kate's like, get away from him, mom. And she shoots an arrow at his chest, like right here. And he's like, man, fuck this. Kane rips it off. I was like, oh shit. Okay, we do have Kingpin here. And then we kind of get like a Kate versus Kingpin thing where she shoots like a grapple arrow at his chest. And he's like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. And he pulls it, he yanks her, smacks shit with the cane. And I was like, oh, I love that shit. Good. This is actually some Kingpin ass shit. I love it.
He was like a bug to him.
He was like, hey,
which he is a bug to him. Yeah.
Exactly.
She just like, you really in my way.
She was swatting the hell out of her, bro.
He was showing her a lot of grace, actually. He was like, yo, fam, I don't want to, you are like a kid. I really don't even want to involve you, man. I was trying to teach your mom a lesson.
That's literally
teach your mom a lesson and move on, man. Why are you in? All right, man, you want to be a hero. All right.
And like I put in all caps when I took my notes, I said, "Mans is brolic as fuck." That's literally what I say.
Brolic and durable. This man took several exploding arrows to the face.
Hit a face.
And the very next thing that happens, which is also crazy, like he's about to be like, Kate, like child, what are you doing here? And we see Eleanor actually got in the car. They're trying to get away. And she just drives into him. He flies into the middle. He's like,
this man took a car to
like at 30, 40 miles per hour. Point blank through the glass into that little I don't know, the little store it was, whatever. And I was like, okay, this is Kingpin. Like that's like the third time my brain's like, oh shit, like
crazy power scaling they're doing right there.
Yes,
absolutely. Which I'm happy for.
No, I mean, you need
what you're doing. Yeah, I'm happy.
I was like yo, I was telling my Crystal like, yo, this guy got to be classified as a mutant. Like,
no, I mean in the comic book he doesn't have any superpower. He's just much stronger, much durable than other humans in general. He doesn't have any spider, spider bite. He ain't got no mutant gene. He's just big and strong. And since it's from comic books, he can be bigger and stronger. That's all. But that's really cool to see here. So he knocks him into the goddamn store, and then leave it at that for now. We think, oh shit, Kingpin down.
No, he's not dead. So he's just knocked out, and obviously his body's gone when they.
Yeah, he's just in the store. And then that's how they leave that scene. Then we come back to Clint. He's walking on the ice. See Yelena come through. And they have a I call it a struggle fight. Because it's like they're half fighting. And Clint's kind of like, yo, I heard about you, Yelena. I don't really want to do much to you to send the other. While they're fighting, Clint's trying to explain to her, like, yo, I didn't kill your sister. She sacrificed herself. And she's getting emotional. She's like, you're lying. And they still fight. This is this. And then they're kind of doing that. And it's like they go back to the Kingpin fight too, where like Kingpin gets up into the in the store, he just gets up and he has the cane. He's like, what the fuck? And then Kate's there and he's like, go away, child. This isn't anything your business. She's like, it's all my business. My mom. And she shoots other what does she do? Oh, okay. She does a trick shot where she shoots a coupling on the ground. And then she shoots like a shock arrow at that coupling, so it goes to like Kingpin. He's like, oof, and he gets shocked a little bit.
She did it by accident, though.
Yeah, it was by accident. Yeah, and then she was like, oh, and then triggers. Yeah, because she also gets knocked into there too, I believe, when he knocked her with the grappling hook. So some of her arrows
Yeah, knocked out.
flew
Yeah.
off. Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
why
So
it was
that
just randomly on the ground. And then she was like, "Oh, that's the dangerous arrow. Is it the too dangerous one?"
Yeah,
And
too
then
dangerous.
she flicked a little coin at it like she had been practicing, which was another payoff.
Oh yeah, the trick shot. Yeah, yeah. She actually did the trick shot. And in the midst of that, yeah, because she only had a few arrows at that point. Because when he got up and like we got up after she was knocked down in there too, he just grabbed all the arrows and broke them like these twigs, like the little twigs you find in the backyard. He's like fuck these little twigs. Like
I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of
you playing with me. Sick of you shooting your little arrows. If you don't leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly. So they have like a little scuffle in there too, just showing he that dude still. But the arrow knocks him back again. So he's obviously not dead. We clearly see he just gets knocked down, and that's that. And then Kate confronts her mom. It's just like, she's like, "Oh, Kate, I'm glad to see you're okay." And so I'm glad you're okay too. However, and then the police roll up. Yo, Eleanor Bishop, you're under arrest. Is this? And Eleanor's just like, "Oh, like this is how you would treat your mother on Christmas." And it's like, this is what superhero, this is what heroes do. Because she kind of gives the whole, "I don't want you to be a hero. You just be yourself, Kate." And Kate's just kind of like, "I'm just doing this because I found out all the shit. You gotta go, mom." And that's it. So that's the end of that.
Yo, no, because villain parents really be like, "You're gonna turn your own father in." Yeah, nigga. What do you mean?
Yeah, like,
yo,
I could have
Dad. Yes,
yeah.
I'm turning you in. I'm not. What do you mean? Not.
I need therapy after this shit's finished. Like, because my mom was next to Kingpin for all these years. I didn't know.
I'm fucked up right now.
Right.
And you telling me my dad that I loved and I thought was heartwarming was in debt to these niggas for you? Like, yeah, her whole family structure fucked up now.
Yep. It's fucked. Her dad
thought he just was an innocent victim of crime. Like, nah.
Nope.
He was the crime.
Yeah, he was the crime, and he got handled for not doing something right.
Yep. Yeah. So her mom gets arrested, and that's that for now, probably. Yep. And then we get back to Clint and Yelena fighting some more, but Yelena gets him to a place where he's on the ground, and she could like kill him, like shoot him point blank and just kill him. And then he does like he tries to explain like, "Yo, I miss her a lot too. She was like a sister to me as well." And it's like, but if it was up to me, she would still be here. And she's just like, "Nah, I'm not really with it." And then he does like this one whistle, like I guess a Black Widow whistle, which is also pays off the Black Widow movie, because I think they have part of that in the movie as well. Okay. And I think this part here is also for maybe people that just didn't watch the Black Widow movie or just didn't watch all of it. Because she kind of goes through a thing where it's like, "Oh, you had so much time with her. It's like we just got separated when we were younger, and just this." So yeah, and that's a little bit from the beginnings of the Black Widow movie. So yeah, and then she does the whistle, and she's like, "Oh, you knew that?" And she kind of was like heartbroken, because she's like, "Man, you are telling the truth, and this is not satisfying."
Yeah.
So she kind of pulls him up. And then they kind of look, and then she kind of gives her this kind of stern look, like, "Okay." And then she just dips, and she's gone. So that's that. So I kind of see that as like, I won't kill you now, but I'm still not happy about how everything went down. And that's that. That's the last we see Yelena. Period. For now. So yeah, and then after all that, we kind of get like a little. I think what they said, it was a week. No, it wasn't a week. I'm tripping. There was a little time skip where it shows Clint driving to his house with the family. I guess this is upstate New York, because Marvel, everything is New York. That house. And it's like, it's Christmas Day. Hooray. Clint made it home for Christmas. Hooray. It's a good ending. And he gets out the car, and then we see, he's like, "Oh, you coming?" And Kate comes down and says, "Oh, cool, Kate's with him." Because I guess she's technically like, kind of like an orphan now, more or less. Not orphan, but like, mom in jail, her dad dead. So who is she gonna go to? So she goes with him, and they goes to the fam, and the kids are like, "Oh, Dad, you made it!" And the daughter's like, "Oh, you promised." Like, "Yeah, I'm here, Christmas." We see Laura Barton there, and she's like, "Oh, you made it too. Happy to see that." And he's like, "Yep." And then they're all like opening presents, and Kate's there. Like, she's like, "Oh, hey, they brought Pizza Dog as well, or Lucky." I think he named him Lucky. They named him Lucky. Yeah. Yep. So they're like, "Yeah, Kate's there, family stuff, good." And then we see Clint and Laura. They're talking, and then Clint's like, "Hey, I got something for you. I found that was at the auction, and it was the watch." And then she's like, "Oh, thank you for getting this." And she turns it around, and it has the Shield logo, and it has 19. So that confirms Laura Barton is Agent 19, codename Mockingbird, technically, but they don't say it. Mockingbird really much just another she's another combatant. She's kind of similar to like Black Widows, where they're really good at like martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, spies, this and the other, an agent. She's basically one of those, except without the whole Black Widow stuff behind her. She's just another agent. So that's neat.
Cool.
That's neat. So let's just say that there was a Mockingbird in the MCU one point in time. If they wanted to, they could do that in another past movie or something or show or whatever. But that's cool. That's neat. So that's that. And then Kate go in the back they go open his grill. They put the Ronin costume there, and it's like as a way of saying we're closing this arc, we're burning it. It's the end of the Ronin character. This art is everything's done. And then Kate kind of jokes with Clint like, "Oh, what should my name be?" It's like, should we do Lady Hawk, Hawk Eve, Hawk Shot, Lady Arrow? And then Clint's like, "Oh no, these all names are pretty much trash." And then like she's like, "Wait," or no, and then Clint's like, "Wait, I have an idea," and it ends with just the Hawkeye title at the end. So that's that.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a good
one. I like that fade to the. How about? Yeah, you know,
it was good. So yeah, that's that. Hawkeye, the show is done. Any final thoughts, closing thoughts? How y'all like it in the end of it?
It was good. It was solid.
Yeah, it's a solid show.
Yeah,
solid show, man.
It's another solid Marvel show, man. It was solid. I get it didn't blow me out the water, but it was good. Kate grew on me, and I'm glad. It was a nice. I think Marvel is doing a good job of like handing the mantle down. That's why I'm really interested to see what they do with Riri Williams, because I want to see how they handle that. Because Tony's already gone, so it's not like he can bless her with the.
I'm hoping that they do a thing where like maybe in the past they interacted, you know, apart from.
I think they will. Because it's not like Robert Downey Jr. is gone, so I mean, like he can do a scene. So I mean, they probably will do something small where she had like a small interaction with him before.
Yeah. She's supposed to get her own show later on too.
Yeah.
So they could very well do that. It could. I mean, I'm sure. Well, I know RDJ said he was done, like straight up. But I mean, if they said one scene, please, he'd probably be like, okay, fine. And that's it.
They'll pay him. I mean, to use him in like a little cameo thing. It's not like he doesn't have to be Iron Man. He doesn't have to put on the suit.
Just be Tony Stark.
He just has to be Tony Stark, and she meets Tony Stark through some sort of like young genius program or whatever.
No, I mean,
him, and then she can, and then in the future, obviously, it's not like he hid his identity. So, you know, he knows that Tony Stark is Iron Man, and she's like, "Oh, I'm inspired by that," and that's all you need. You don't need him. You really probably don't even need Robert Downey Jr. for it.
You don't necessarily.
Because I mean, pull from old footage and have her act against that, and it could probably work.
And in some movies, he like the beginning of Civil War, he had the thing where he was talking about the hologram nanotech that he was developing. He was doing a presentation at MIT. And I think there was also a thing where he had like a program there too, where he wanted to be a program. I think that was part of what he was talking about with Peter Parker as well, which is why No Way Home, they're like, oh, MIT, you know, this and the other. But yeah. So yeah, we'll see that with that there. But yeah, man, that's it. That was last show 2021 for Marvel. I overall enjoyed it too. I think it got better as it went on, especially after the first 2 episodes, and yeah, we closed. So, like you said, another solid project. Forward into 2022. Next should be Moon Knight. Don't know when it's airing though. I think it's next. Okay. I honestly think that's gonna air when Boba Fett ends. That's my prediction. I think it's gonna.
Well, as far as shows goes, Doctor Strange comes out next month, right?
I think Doctor Strange is in May.
That was later.
Yeah, they pushed all them back.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
They pushed them all back because of like, I think they said for just logistics reasons. That's what Marvel said, but it could be COVID, it could be other things, whatever. But
May
yeah, I think
6th.
that's May 6th. Yeah, that's the next big movie. That's a big one. That's gonna be a big one for sure.
Yes, it is.
That's a huge one. That's gonna
Doctor Strange, man. Come on, yo.
Sam Raimi directing too. That's gonna be cool. I'm curious. But yeah, so
that's gonna go crazy. Y'all got a rating for Hawkeye? We didn't rate it.
Oh yes. 8.5 out of 10.
I would have to agree with that. I give it 8.5 because of the convenience factor that was just so prevalent in this entire show. Too many convenient things that just worked out all the time.
It's interesting because like I really think it was by design like that. I'm not trying to hand wave anything. You know, you heard me criticizing it in the last 2 episodes. Yeah, it's just I think it's like it's still stakes and this and the other, but there's also convenient things. I think it's supposed to be the lightheartedness in the parts of the show. It's the holiday season. I think it was all for that. Oh, there was a post-credit scene, and it was a full showing. Like I think Marvel and them just recorded themselves. Like it was you're at whatever Broadway. They shot a show Broadway musical of what they call it, Rogers, the Steve Rogers thing, the Avengers. It's very corny, but it's cheesy and it's cool. They lean into it heavily. If you're into it, you're into it. I watched it.
It's a holiday season thing. It's cool, man. People like it.
It's a holiday season thing. Yeah, that's really all it was.
Some people like it, some people won't. It's not a big deal. It wasn't like a big Marvel Easter egg. It wasn't either. You could cut it off and not miss anything, or you could watch it and enjoy a little musical about the Avengers.
Yep, that's all it is.
Nothing to
just a little. It's literally the purest of a bonus.
Yeah. There's nothing that it's like, no, you have to watch the whole musical because at the end there, there's a
sneak peek. They do a pose and it alludes
Venom is in the background. Like, no, it's all right, bro. It's not.
Spider-Man was in the crowd.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that deep. Man. It's all right.
Yeah. So lighthearted. So yeah, but no, I feel you with that too. The first episode, even though I was a bit easy, I liked it more than y'all did. It definitely was a weaker episode, but at 3 on, it picked up, and I think it was consistently good. The pacing was good, so yeah, 8.5.
Yeah, man. Oh, I probably give it an 8.
Okay,
7.5. Nah, 8. 8 is fine. I'm probably somewhere in between a 7.5 and an 8. I don't know where I'm at exactly, and I don't want to complicate our ratings list here, but I'm somewhere in there. The show wasn't bad. Like it wasn't bad. Kate, to me, Kate is like we talked about. To me, Kate felt very much like Raven from Titans. The difference is Raven and Titans has had more episodes to grow and convince you that she'd get better. Whereas this is a shorter series, so Kate needed to be better faster.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess I guess you look at it both ways, because to me, she became really good by the end, and she did that in 6 episodes, whereas it took Raven, a longer season to get better. So I mean, that's you can argue that as well. I'm not trying to make a whole like DC Marvel thing. I'm just talking like comparison from the characters. They both started off pretty poorly, acting their roles, and now they've gotten better. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see her in the rest of the MCU and stuff like that. Her and Yelena, I think a really cool, fun relationship. I think that's interesting. I didn't even really make the correlation of the parallel between Clint and Natasha, but that obviously like the new Hawkeye and the new Black Widow. It makes sense. So yeah, no, that is actually like a really dope little correlation there, and it's cool that they have this kind of fun, loving relationship. I think it's dope. Yeah, it looks really cool. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, the show wasn't bad. I think it looked good. I really do like. Why am I forgetting his name right now? I like Buddy as Hawkeye, as Clint Barton.
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. I really like him. He fits that so well. I think he just plays the role amazingly. His action scenes are great. He shows emotion really well. Anguish, just the pain of the role. He does it really great. He's a really good actor. He's really killing that Hawkeye role. So there's really great things here, but like Ian said, like some of it was just convenient here and there, and then just little things that were just like,
it's hard to pass
decisions. Really. Yeah, so I can't put it as high, because those other shows aren't flawless either, but to me, they're able to paper over their cracks a little better than this was. Maybe because they had a couple more episodes too. So.
I missed one part of the ending. I'm tripping.
What's that?
I completely forgot the very, very, very end of the episode before they even go to the Christmas part. So yeah, Mike finds Kingpin. Holy shit! Why did I forget this? Oh, I feel like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Real quick. Holy shit! That's what happens when you don't look at the notes. I just freestyle it. All right, so he finds Kingpin trying to walk away in another dark alley, and he finds Maya, and it's like, yo. It's like, oh, Maya, good to see you. This is this. And Maya just like she walks up and she shows a gun. And he's like, Maya, don't do this. You know, we're family. And the camera pans up and you just hear a gunshot. And that's it. But he's gonna be fine.
But she let him know, like, fam, I know you killed my father. You tried to have me killed. All right, nigga, I'm on your ass. Like I'm gonna be able to kill you today, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure that's how her show will start
show
in
is gonna
2
start.
years or whenever.
Yeah, whenever her shows comes out.
Whenever
I
they
guess-
start doing that.
So I guess Kingpin will be her big bad, maybe.
Yeah, I think Kingpin will know, like, damn, my niece tried to kill me. I'll just go all out now.
I don't know if Kingpin will necessarily be her big bad, but I think Kingpin will be like her looming. Like, Kingpin's around the corner. She's connected to him. That she figured out he killed her father, had her father killed, and tried to have her killed. So yeah, she got some animosity, she's trying to build revenge, but she's probably going to have some other obstacles to go. So I don't think the show is going to focus just on that. She's going to have other things to get over, other people standing in her way. Maybe other gangs, maybe people that Kingpin have sent to try to kill her. Little things like that, and then maybe towards the end you'll see her have an attempt on Kingpin or something like that that'll affect Kingpin's role in the MCU or how he's whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do hope for that show because like this year, I think a lot of the themes for a lot of these shows were like for the side characters that didn't have main movies and stuff. It was like, oh, let's fill out their arcs or stories, this or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon, Winter Soldier, Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch, and Vision, the closure of Vision, Hawkeye stuff, and his closure of Ronan and Tasha. Loki, this variant of Loki, and just the multiverse blowing up. Even Black Widow movie, it's all part of that. We're just winding up loose ends of the original stuff. So now I think this point forward, vast majority, outside like movie sequels, brand new stuff.
Will be brand new, yeah.
And I hope with a lot of the brand new stuff, I mean, they're gonna add more things to the greater universe. We're gonna keep adding it, like Moon Knight, gonna keep adding it. But I hope for like this Echo show, which seems like brand new territory. They're going to make it not just be like, oh, we're doing this because we want to introduce Kingpin running the Thunderbolts or whatever. It'll be like, this is her story, make it go past 6 episodes or however they want to do. Like, I do hope they do that for her character. But yeah, that's just my one. But anyway, that's all I got, man. We've been talking for a good minute. So I'll, if there's anything else, yeah. But I'm done.
Oh, man. Nah, man. Good episode. Felt like we went through a lot of different things here. Caught up on Hawkeye, WB craziness, keeping you safe with Apple AirTags, and
game stuff, movie stuff.
You got some game stuff, got some movies, got some Matrix. So a lot of different stuff here, man. Good episode, guys. Again, Happy New Year's to everybody out there, man. Y'all be safe this year.
Yeah, man.
Set your goals, reach them, and all that good New Year's stuff that people say.
New Year, new me? Nah. Just set reasonable goals and make a plan and do it.
Exactly. That's all you gotta do.
Same person.
And grow towards completing your goals, man. That's all you gotta do. You don't gotta
make a goal to have a plan.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, see that boy, he's so nice with it, man. Make a goal to have a plan. That's a good one.
Incredible.
I'm gonna steal that. Yeah.
Talent.
Nah, man. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for listening, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, enjoy. Been talking nerds, but the 3 of us. Peace.
Peace.